It's really funny that it's named as pasta.
That could be its actual name. This
I
is my
mean,
bolognese
I
dog.
think that's pretty
Its name is
normal. Like
pasta.
in Italy, calling something after food, pretty common.
Oh, it's just really funny because when you type bolognese and the only thing that comes up is the food.
You gotta put dog afterwards.
You gotta put dog. Wait, okay, so
Yeah, that's what I said. I had never heard of that dog before.
okay, so
Funny.
the bolognese dogs they were the only historical record of them is in Flemish tapestry work from the 17th century. So I'm trying to figure out what came first, the pasta or the dog.
I want to bet
Probably
the
the pasta.
pasta.
Like the dog doesn't seem popular at all.
Or people
Bolognese.
just think it's like a Bichon or a mix of something.
No, the dog came first.
What?
The dog.
Are you serious?
They have historical records of the dog in the 17th century, but bolognese is derived from a French ragout, which is a stew that was developed in the 18th century. So the earliest
Why does nobody know the dog
the
nowadays?
earliest published recipe of a bolognese sauce is 1891. That's pretty late.
Yeah.
That's really funny. Anyway, there you go. Mystery solved. Dog came first. All right.
Wow, amazing. I'm recording now, by the way.
Yes, me too. So
Yay.
the start of the stream is accurate because this
Explaining
is
the title of the stream.
Adventures in Bolognese.
Beautiful.
All right. Last time on, I actually had to look at my notes because we haven't played in like a couple weeks. Last time on Adventures in Bolognese,
Adventure Zone.
Adventures in Avernus. Which, hold on, I've got a lot of things open. You all were in the midst of a pitched battle against what seemed to be a mummy of some kind. And in the midst of this, Umbra was being pretty heavily singled out and targeted. And as you kind of finished the battle, as the final blow was landed against this creature, a column of purplish light seemed to wrap around Lulu and Umbra, and you all were kind of momentarily somewhat blinded by just the force of the light and the colors and the pressure in the room. But then very quickly, after about a minute or so, that kind of light drifts away, and you see that both the husk of whatever that creature was, the skeletal horses that it commanded, and the mist itself, the sort of force that was obscuring Umbra and Lulu, seems to have dissipated, leaving them looking battered but intact, where they were when you first lost sight of them. Before we continue, do you have any questions or things that we should talk about before we just keep going? I'm gonna take that as a no.
I mean,
silence from the class.
many
Let's go.
questions, but
Well,
many questions, but I would like to ask them in character. I suppose.
yes. What I mean is more like for clarification.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's you all are standing in a room, panting, exhausted, having just battled. Pretty. I mean, most of you seem to be okay, because you were not.
Yeah, I'm not standing.
We're not the subject of the creature's ire, but the others, as I mentioned, you see Lulu and Umbra now intact, and it seems like there was like almost like a miasma in the air that was like kind of, it had this sort of like ominous like presence that was kind of suffusing throughout this part of the catacombs, like now that you're like outside of the holy protection that's kind of back where the common folk are. But now that this creature has disappeared, you notice that like the coffin that's he sort of popped out of is really now just like an open box. And that kind of oppressive undead atmosphere has been sort of dissipated a little bit. You feel like you're breathing a little easier.
Did it change? It's still like grand, right? That mahogany like
Oh yes, yeah.
art, like
But it doesn't have this ominous like
vibe.
right? Like
Yeah.
you feel like if you were to like like detect magic on it again, like whatever it is has been sort of dispelled.
Kala would like to run over to Umbra.
Okay, roll for
Yeah,
run.
Umbra's
No, just
sitting
kidding.
Roll for a
on
run.
the floor.
Yeah. How many steps does Kala get to take? Let's see.
Nah. You may approach Umbra.
Kala grabs both of Umbra's shoulders and shakes him and yells, Umbra! Umbra! Do you know who I am?
How many feathers am I holding up?
I think the shaking is not pleasant when he's at 1 HP. Oh my god, hold on. The music just went crazy.
Oh, true.
I'm gonna
He's
mute Pancake.
Kala would also like to cast Healing Word.
He coughs blood. Yes, thank you for the healing word.
Okay, do you know who I am? Do you remember me? Do you know my face? Do you remember my face? Do you remember why we're here? Do you know we're in El Terrell in Hell? Do you remember? Do you remember?
Why would I not remember you?
Oh,
I mean,
oh.
I just got punched to death. Not brain broken, I guess.
Oh, okay. Kala kind of like sinks down. I assume you're also on the floor. So Kala's gonna like sit down next to you and goes like, "Oh my god. Okay. All right. No, cuz you just like you and Lulu just kind of like disappeared or something into like a
No,
purplish
did we
thing."
disappear? Hold on.
Well,
Did we disappear?
Yeah, I mean, well, we couldn't see you. I mean, for a moment. Were they gone long in our eyes?
that's a good question.
Were they gone to your eyes?
Like for a long time. Like how
No,
long were they?
it seemed like a minute, like at most. It was more like the final blow was hit, and then there was almost like this like explosion, like this like small like vortex of this like purpley mist energy. And it sort of raged for less than a minute, and then it dispelled, and now they're here looking pretty battered and confused, but intact.
Can I have the healing word? Healing?
Oh,
It's gonna be like 5.
Yeah, probably.
It's only
But
1d4.
still, not 1.
7.
Hey,
That's pretty
nice.
good. Yeah, actually. Better than expected.
Ooh.
I'm at 8 now. Umbra is just sitting on the floor, like kind of knees to the chest, a bit, obviously, a bit shaken looking and pummeled. What is Lulu doing?
Lulu looks very disoriented, but she's sort of like hanging, like kind of floating in the air, kind of waiting to see how you're doing and what your reaction is. She's kind of like watching everyone, but she seems fine. She just seems like she's processing, right? Taking a
Yeah.
minute. But she is sort of waiting on you guys to like make sure that you're good, and that like because she doesn't know what you guys saw, so
Yeah, I think
Ori will grab Lulu and let's give you a little break from flying right now. Here, I've got you. And he'll just hold her while they're standing there.
how big is she?
she's small.
Like
so
a dog?
Well,
yeah, like the size of a dog.
Like the size of a bolognese.
A bolognese, yeah, right about.
Yeah.
Oh god. Just so fluffy.
She kind of she goes eagerly into your arms, Ori, and she kind of buries her head against your chest.
Aww.
And she makes this like big sigh, like she's just relieved.
Aww.
He doesn't have healing, but he can hold her at least.
Wizards.
Wizards.
I think Umbra is eyeing her a bit, I don't know, not suspiciously, but like a bit tense. And he's clutching the sword hilt, which doesn't have a blade anymore, kind of awkwardly. He looks very disoriented as well, but he's, not that different from usual because he always looks disoriented, I think. He's just, a bit bloody. And I think he's going to just like peer at Lulu and be like, wait, so Lulu, you said you made a mistake. You did this? He's going to gesture to the coffin.
Lulu peeks out from Ori's chest. What I would say cleavage, but
like
let's be honest.
Guilty cap.
That's fair.
No, I'm just bullying Ori. He she pokes, she kind of lifts her head and says, yeah, I think I defeated that thing, but I couldn't kill it, and so I put it somewhere where it would at least be contained. And I think I got caught, and that's when they maybe made me a unicorn.
Oh, you mean before?
You couldn't, or you wouldn't.
What's happening?
I don't know. I mean, it was evil. I would have killed it, right? If I had the power to do so. But maybe, I don't know. And she looks really conflicted, and she buries her face in Ori's chest again.
He'll just like scratch the back of her head.
She's like, I think I need to think about it. Muffled against Ori's clothes.
Can I get a feeling of whether she is lying?
You will never need to insight check Lulu. Just kidding. You will someday, but she's not. She seems very disoriented. And
okay, she also got like a flashback that she was not really familiar with, I guess.
You get the sense that you can keep asking her, but right now she's a little upset because of the idea that maybe she was allied with something that was so evil, or so seemingly evil.
She's confused.
Yeah.
Kala looks at.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, Kala looks at Ori and asks, like, "Did I miss something like really huge? Like, I don't know what they're talking about." He looks back at Umbra and Lulu and is like, "Did something happen when you guys disappeared for a hot second?"
If you missed it, I missed it too. So the mummy is like gone, right? Like, we don't see it anywhere?
Nope.
Or...
It and all traces of it are gone.
And weren't there a couple of really big horses too? So
they're also gone.
What did you do?
Well,
was that a spell or something? And if so, can you teach me? Because awesome.
No, I just had I don't know, vision. No, vision is not the right word. I just saw probably something that happened in the past.
Your past? Like, so do you know who you are? Like,
no, I don't think it was. I mean, I think it was Lulu's past. But it did feel familiar in some way, so I don't know if it's just being close to Lulu that makes it feel familiar. Maybe that's all that was. But it seems like she's the one who sealed Precious in the box a long time ago.
So he was bad?
No, I think he had been corrupted by the abyss. He was not originally evil, but I guess he was right when he when he said he was afraid of finding out what he had turned into. Seems like it was too late to help him in any other way. I assume that's why Lulu sealed him. But it probably was torture. Just, being in there, rotting away, being consumed. It was probably pretty terrible.
Ori like looks back at the sarcophagus and then kind of around, like still like, where did all that shit go? But so then, what? He's out of his misery now? Is he gone?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, well, he's gone, for better or worse, but I don't know if that was the only outcome, or if it was too late to do anything else. He's, I don't know. Hopefully.
Lulu peeks her head out from Ori's chest. And she kind of looks to you, Umbra, and says, I was hoping maybe this... I don't want the same thing to happen to Zariel if we can save her. And I thought maybe we could save them both.
Well, I guess we were too late with this one. But we have to figure out how to do better if it happens to anyone else, that's for sure. I don't know.
Maybe she can't be saved. And like that kind of calming effect you get from Lulu, as soon as she has that thought and voices it aloud, it almost feels like it dampens a little bit.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Ori will squeeze her a little bit tighter. No, like we don't know that. Don't put that out there, it's not too late, maybe. Right, Kala? It's not too late.
Kala is a little bit deep in his thoughts and is just like, redeeming, yes? He kind of like looks around and is like, maybe, it seems like you guys just went through something really, really crazy. I think maybe all the stuff, Umbra, what you said, maybe we can find more answers in that guy's office? Krieg's office?
Oh yeah. That's true.
Like, what if he has some, like, history books in there? Maybe it can help put into context, these memories that you said you saw?
Well, one thing for sure, we should be looking into Zariel's sword, because it was there.
Oh.
And Lulu said
it
she
was
knows
there.
something about it.
Well, since Krieg did have a thing with Zariel, like, maybe he has some information about it.
Maybe.
That is true, and we've got to find it anyway, so
I think I would like to rest for a little bit before we go searching.
Yeah.
oh yeah. It seems like
He's unsteady on his feet and stuff. I mean, unless we can count this talk as a short rest, I don't know. I'm gonna need to roll a bit of dice.
yeah. No, it seems like things are pretty quiet here. I think while you rest, we can all kind of stay on guard and kind of let you and Lulu get back on your feet for sure.
Yes, so you can take 2 long rests per short rest. So if you would like to take one more, because you did take one right before you kind of got through here.
Short rest? Short rest.
Yes,
Yeah.
1 hour.
Okay. While we do a short rest, Kala would like to play Song of Rest because he didn't do it the last time.
Yay! Excellent. What does it do again?
So
In the chat.
the extra
Uh,
hit points increase when you reach like certain levels. So
I think it's 8 temporary hit points, right? Or am I wrong?
Is it an extra
No.
d6 period or one for every hit die? How does it work?
You gain an extra 1d6 hit points at the end.
Oh, okay.
Anyone who rolls hit
Well,
dice
I'm
now.
gonna have to really burn through them. Wait, why am I rolling 2 GM? That's weird.
so
My
so
hit
you roll
die
a
is
hit.
going only to good night.
So Xiaomei, on your sheet up at the top left,
Yeah.
you should see.
Yeah, no, I see it.
Okay, there you go.
I just hadn't toggled it, so I was like,
Oh,
why?
it's because I was
What?
fiddling with stuff. That's why. And
Oh,
I,
you were in my sheet. Okay,
and I didn't want people seeing what I was fiddling with.
I see. Wait, do I know?
No.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry about it.
Like,
So we
okay.
we do a hit dice.
I'm gonna do one more because I'm fucked. Yeah. Okay.
Yay!
28 plus 1d6 from Kala.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, can't roll.
Does Lulu get health back?
32.
Lu-
She only lost her temp HP, right?
yes.
Yeah, that's a temp
She has
HP.
1 temp HP left.
She's fine.
Oh, shit.
She's totally fine.
Yeah.
Ori feels like his tits have been taken advantage of.
28.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was at 1 HP.
32. 40. Okay, I'm at 40. That's good. That's good enough, I think.
So it's 2 hit dice. My brain.
What?
Or is it 2? Is it 1 hit dice and a?
And then it's just anyone who rolls a
I
hit
thought it
dice,
was-
you just get an extra
Yeah.
d6 at the end. Not for each dice rolled. It's
Not
just
for each die.
so
Yeah.
Xiaomei already
It's like at
rolled.
the end, you get a little extra.
Yeah, Xiaomei already rolled the d6.
Okay.
I rolled like 4 of them and plus 1d6. Like 4 hit die plus the d6 from your Song of Rest. I'm looking at my sheet like magnifying lens paper. Paper lens.
There.
Boop, boop, boop.
You can see all of Lulu's health bars now.
Oh, can we see
Oh, I
it?
see. Yeah.
Wait, no, I can't. Oh, she has 36.
Yep.
Tiny.
Well, bigger than Ori, but
You know what?
Yeah. True. I think Umbra would reach out to pet her hesitantly because originally he was kind of a bit upset at her, but she looks so small and confused as well that he just feels kinship and he can't stay mad at her.
No. Arya will
So
kind
he's
of
just
release
like
her so that she can...
rubbing her trunk just a little.
as you try to like let her fly again, she like wriggles against your chest. She doesn't want to be let go.
Oh, okay.
Aw.
All right.
She's like, no, more cuddle. Very
Or
sad.
it's like, in the back of his mind, is this what having a pet would have been like?
He has never had a pet.
As my cat right now is trying to get into my arms, yes.
Is she in your armpit?
Yes.
Because yeah.
Yeah, she's
They
sniffing
love
she's
armpits.
sniffing my elbow experimentally. Lulu kind of she looks around and says,
There you go. I trapped you.
oh.
Thanks.
She's like, okay, I'm feeling a
I
little
just wanted in on Ori's tits too. I get it. I understand. Come into my bosom, everyone.
Very flat, very non-existent boobies.
yeah.
I would like to use the time to attune to the, sword.
Yep.
Sorry,
You may do that.
that goes without saying.
Lulu, as the rest ends, she kind of looks up and says, okay, oh, I'm feeling a little better now. But, yeah, I think, so, that fella Precious, he was. We tried to. We were with Zariel. He was in her army, and when everything went so bad, Zariel fell to the hells, and he tried to fight back, but he turned to the abyss because they're at odds with each other. And I think he thought he could control it, but he couldn't. And so first I sealed his body here, and then I trapped him in the shield. And then when I was caught here, they must have punished me, told me to protect the gate, and the shield ended up in Baldur's Gate.
Who's they? Who punished you?
The Elturellans.
Isn't it the Elturellans, yeah.
Remember the folks that turned her into a unicorn? Those folks.
Yeah.
The Abyss. I'm not totally familiar.
It's like the hells, but for demons.
Yeah.
So he was a demon lord?
No. He was a solar, and then he fell into the abyss. I mean, I guess just like Zariel, they meant well, and then they ended up so poorly.
And then Lulu, she makes this like she makes this scrunched up face, like, yeah, just like Zariel.
Well, I guess like I just remember his name being the Hidden Lord, so I just assumed, oh, he became a demon lord.
That's possible. I mean, he seemed very powerful.
I think demons, they don't have so much of a strict hierarchy like the hells, so I think anyone can just call themselves a lord.
Oh.
And it's just, if you have the power to back it up, then you do, but if you don't, then you don't, and you get eaten. They eat each other. Did you know that? The Abyss is terrible.
I did
not know that.
Yeah, the demons, they basically, if you're big enough to kill and eat another demon, then you're in charge of that demon, because you could eat
why
them.
Doesn't the bigger demon just eat the smaller demon?
I mean, that's actually how they
exactly
how they work. Like there's no law, there's no systems. It's fucking.
Yeah.
Can I eat you? Great, then I control you.
Yikes.
But Lulu looks around. She's like, "We still need to find that old dude's office, right?"
Yeah.
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 Where's Niv?
I think I saw Norma go over there, or you'll point to I guess that's the west. I'm assuming.
The
that's
east.
part of my map.
The east?
East. Oh my god, I'm fucking stupid.
West.
The West?
That's
Kala's
literally
gonna-
the east.
Kala's gonna fly over. Like, hey. We're gonna.
Hello.
Do you know where Krieg's office is? You don't, right? Do you happen to know, like, in what general direction?
No, I know as much as you do. You seemed like you were doing something, so I was just going to wait.
Oh, well, Kala scratches the back of his head, is like, demon sword stuff.
Great.
Kala puts his hands on one of Niv's shoulder. Oh, he's shorter than her. And just squeezes it, and is just like, yeah, it's a long story. But I mean, we're asked to also investigate Krieg's office, so. I guess
Yes, that I'm very keen about. So whenever you're ready.
All right. Kala looks over to Umbra and Lulu. How are you guys
Yeah,
feeling?
I think he's going to linger a moment, but then, there's nothing here. So He's going to follow, but sullenly.
No,
Where are we going?
she's on-
North? We?
West.
Well-
You guys.
West.
So far you've gone sort of south from where you were. Then you've gone west, and now you're as west as you can go. And now
Yeah.
you have one direction you haven't been to.
Which is
Don't ask me. I
North?
think west is north and north is
south? I don't understand.
North.
I think
We're
yeah, we
going
need to go
north.
north. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just move your tokens in directions and see what happens.
I'm gonna leap
North.
over the sarcophagus.
Yeah.
Keep going.
And as you guys reach points, I will stop you if I have to, but keep going.
Oh my god.
You do see as you're kind of coming around that there are, like Kali, you've just stepped into what is a hollowed out area that looks like it's ready to take additional sarcophagi and coffins. But
nice.
it is currently empty. It seems like it hasn't actually, no one's been interred here yet. So you feel like you're probably in the more newer parts of the vault.
Huh.
I
Looks
kinda
like a bit of a dead end up here.
Whoop, I'm dead.
Oh god.
Umbra.
I can't move my. I can't exit this menu, so it's like, oh, okay. I exited the menu.
Um,
I think.
so
No, I can't.
you Niv, as you kind of approach, you kind of walk up this very slight incline. Hello?
Hello.
There, Shannon, can you hear us?
Yes, I just don't know what's happening to my token.
Oh,
There was weird stuff. It's blue now. Why?
it's blue.
Oh god. I don't know. When I click it, there's a big blue dot on it, but it's fine.
Okay, cool.
You don't see it.
No.
Totally okay.
Niv, as you kind of step up this incline, this is just what looks to be like a recessed area where priests would probably sit in contemplation. But you notice that there are basically a bunch of what look to be like maybe books, pamphlets. They're kind of left in disarray that whoever was in here last left in a hurry. I don't know, maybe when
So it's sort of
when the city started
not so much an
shaking,
office. Oh.
someone may
I
have
mean, yeah,
left.
she'll investigate.
Yeah,
Permitted.
go for it.
I heard books. I'm coming.
Can Norma help me?
Yeah, Norma will start
Yay.
kind of crawling around the ground and like picking things up and holding them up for you to review.
Yay!
So
22.
with a 22,
Little hands.
you find tucked underneath the little, there's like a little what do they call that? Like a reading desk that's kind of pressed against the wall, and you find tucked under it a satchel. And you see that there are there's 2 greater healing potions inside. And there are also just a assortment of what look to be dried like snacks. Like someone probably tucked these in here, like, for the sake of studying. Crackers, cookies. So you can take a stack of like 5 rations.
Ooh.
But other than that, the Ori, as you're looking through, you realize the books are just missiles, like from the that are the kind of the, why did the music do that? They're basically like books that you would read during I guess it's like what's it called when it's not mass?
Like a hymn?
Yeah, like a hymnal. Yeah.
Oh, like a hymnal, a
yeah.
psalm.
Yeah, so it's more like copies
All
of
the songs.
no psalm
Psalm.
but or songs. But yeah, it's basically a copy of like something that would be used as a reference thing in the middle of a oh my god, what's it called if it's not mass? Whatever, a church time, a church thing.
Like
A sermon?
A sermon, a service probably. During a service, and you see that there are different kind of prayers to Torm and Helm, and Lathander is in there. But it's very much it's a reference. And someone was clearly like reviewing something, either contemplating on their own prayers or something. But there's nothing here that's like there's no spell books and there's nothing like super interesting.
Aw. I take one anyways for
can't-
Gallian because she might like it.
I think Niv's just like, well, this can't be it. This isn't an office, and there's nothing interesting here.
Nothing over
Is there
here
somewhere else?
either. Yeah.
We haven't
no.
been.
There was a hallway back down the steps there to the right,
Oh,
which would
let's
be
go
our
that
left
way.
when we go down the stairs. I looked down the hallway. It looked like it curved around, but I don't know how far it goes.
I think it just goes back in the same location.
Doesn't
But we can
look like
try.
it. No, it doesn't.
There's no
Oh, new
Ooh.
hallway.
Oh.
Yeah. there's
New
lots of stuff over here.
hallway.
Man, I'm being gaslit left and right today, y'all.
Wait, I
There
lost
really is
my.
a new hallway.
I lost myself.
Where are you guys? Here.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
Oh, there I
Nice.
am. Okay,
I
yes.
don't see
I
Niv
found
though,
Yeah.
but
I mean, unless
I'm-
it just
just
goes
keep
back where we
going.
came from. I don't know.
Over
It
here,
doesn't.
guys.
oh, okay.
Oh.
Wait. Oh yeah, we're going in the right direction. Yes. I'm close. And
This is the hardest
Or
thing
it's
I've
like,
had you guys
oh.
do since we
Or
started.
he's like huffing. He's like, "Damn, Niv, you're really quick."
Yeah, you now.
yeah, where the fuck are we?
Now, frankly, now that the kind of creepy miasma that was kind of hovering over this place is kind of dispelled, it's like a little boring, right? Like it's a little bit like
Mm-mm.
you feel like you're just walking through kind of a dusty old kind of archive. Like, yeah, it's kind of that suspense is sort of been lifted. You're not really worried about undead crawling out of every corner. You walk in here. This looks to be a dining hall for the clergy. So you step in, and then there is a long kind of grand table, and there is what looks to be a bunch of. I mean, it doesn't smell good. There's decomposing food on the table.
Great.
That again, whoever left here did so quickly. Now, Niv, you've approached what looks to be a closed, basically a some type of a part of the hallway that you see that there are two grand kind of wooden doors that kind of flank the basically this column in the center of the two of them.
Yeah.
And you feel like you've hit pay dirt.
Yeah, I feel like it's like she looks in, sees the kid, just like, oh, not that either, and then just like keeps on, and then you find her just like, oh, yes.
Oh, yes, indeed.
She'll try it, assuming it's going to be locked.
It is locked.
Yeah.
Huh.
Where is it?
There's a door. There's a door here,
Here, yeah.
and there's a matching door here.
Kala's gonna try the other door, which is also probably locked.
Nope, that one's open. Just kidding. It's locked.
Oh my god.
Umbra is going to like ask Ori, can you check if it's magical before I try to open it? I mean, just take a look. You don't have to use magic or anything. Just take a look and tell me if you think this could be a trap. You know, we've done that training.
Sure, yeah. It's a good thing I don't have to do any magic because I certainly don't have anything like that. So
Yeah, but you can
I think-
investigate better than me, you know?
I think Kala actually has detect magic.
Well,
Yep.
there,
Yeah,
I
but
was
you,
just
don't,
about to
you
say,
don't need to waste like a spell slot on this.
you can ritual cast it, but I think that like while you two are like checking for traps, Niv on this door just looks at Connor's like, should I just go for it though? And it just like takes out a lock picking like thing. It's like, should we just? It's probably fine.
What if we just
Okay.
like go for it?
I mean,
Yeah,
there are two doors.
so-
Let's go.
Yeah, she's just gonna go for it on this door.
Go for it.
I don't know if this is gonna. No. So I should have expertise. Yeah, that's not very good though.
With a 13, Niv, you
Wait,
go.
that feels wrong. That math is not correct.
It looks like it's.
What is the 0? Oh, I see. No, that's correct. There's just a 0 in there for no
For some reason. Yeah.
For
Yeah.
reasons.
I think it combined your. I think the way it does expertise is weird.
It doesn't matter.
Anyway, with the 13 though, you kind of insert in your lockpicking tool and you jiggle it around for a second. You feel like you might be getting somewhere, and then you hear like a pretty damning like sound, like a jam. As you're able to pull the lockpick out, but the door is now kind of like jammed shut. Like it's still not. It's not. You haven't managed to unlock it.
Arr.
Well,
It's
there's
not a trap.
a
Ori?
second door over here. Oh,
Is there? Can we like blow it up somehow? Man.
Can you
I mean,
investigate?
like, listen,
Okay,
if,
I'm
if
just
there was
gonna
a trap on it,
investigate the
that would
door.
have triggered the trap. I think it's fine.
I mean, there are 2 doors.
Oh,
Why would you put a
maybe.
trap on one door and not a trap on the other door?
I mean,
Huh.
this is all part of Ori's training, not really.
Yeah, do you want to explain that to
know,
Niv?
Yeah, she's like,
So-
I don't know what that means.
He's trying to develop his finesse in various illicit ways. So you know,
Be part of the-
basic.
I'm gonna be part of the
basic
Thieves
sneaky
Guild someday.
training.
Basically, he's
Yeah.
Right.
So he has to start from the basics, which means.
Great. Well,
always
why
check
don't you
traps.
inspect this door that I broke and figure out if you can fix it, and then we'll actually get on with trying to get into the office and doing the important thing we're trying to do.
Me?
I mean, that's not how it works, but okay.
Uh, which door do you want me to look at?
I mean, we were already looking at this one. Just look at it.
Okay. All right. So
You can look at both of them.
okay.
Oh man,
It's
you
a
got
door.
him nervous.
No,
You
no.
stressed him.
No. All right.
He's stressed out.
I'll go over to the other door. I can look at that one too. 13 is the magic number today.
Yeah, it's a door, but
Yeah.
now you see that the lock is kind of like the knob on it. It's kind of hanging a little awkwardly. But
Well,
you can't
I
tell
can
much beyond that.
you, it is I found something
Okay.
out, guys. It's a broken door. Is what it is.
Wow.
Weird.
Alright.
I wonder how that happened.
None of us. Ori kind of like sizes Niv up, like because.
See if I roll good.
It's broken. What if we
28.
just break it a little bit more?
Exactly.
Meanwhile, Umbra sticks
He's like,
his
got the hammer.
lockpicks. Yeah, well, you guys start to You guys take out your
They're
tools to
having
start
2
hammering.
different door situations.
I was kind of thinking more like the shoulder shove.
No, Niv's
into-
about to like use power tools.
Hammer.
While you guys do that, Umbra discreetly picks the lock of the other one successfully, and with a creak, the door opens. Oops. This one.
Okay. Well,
Kala just watches Niv and Ori like do stuff and just goes and then just flies
do
in.
stuff to the door. Hey, whatever works.
Just leads to the same place, Ori. We don't have to worry about it, actually.
Okay.
My door puzzle. You solved it.
A closed door.
Yeah.
Closed doors.
All right. Let me tell you what's in here because you found it. Congrats.
We
So you see kind of a large, frankly, probably indulgent amount of just. There's a lot of finery in here. There's a large red oaken table in the center that supposedly was someone's desk if the chair on the other side of it is anything to go by. You see that there are a number of burnt down candles that were kind of lit up along the edges of the table. You see that there are a number of what looks like pamphlets and books opened on the desk. Again, a lot of what looked to be like church. This is not combat. This is a office. Stop.
this. I mean,
Pancake.
you never know.
You see that there is basically, there's a bunch of, if you were to like scan over the documents on the table, it's a lot about church management. You see schedules of services. You see what looks to be like a running tally of expenses and like input, like income donations. You do see that there is a large bookcase against the far wall that has a number of what look to be very expensive tomes. And Niv, you would recognize this as the High Overseer's, if not office, at least his working space. Oh, Betsy.
Sorry,
Betsy agrees.
Betsy's barking. I think she is like immediately just charging in and wants to look. She's like, tomes, great, expensive looking books. Get to that later. She's like, I want to find his personal notes. So she's like investigating, looking through, trying to find like a diary, like anything that might be supplementary information about the contract.
Yeah. Make me an investigation check. And Norma can help as she's helping you sift through things.
Oh my god, I imagine Norma lifting big books.
Yeah.
With little hands.
Ooh. With a 12, I'm gonna say that you are looking, and you do notice that the desk on the side of, or this big large oak desk on the side where the chair is, you see that there are a number of what look to be like drawers kind of built into the desk, and you notice that they are locked, which to you suggests that they likely contain something of interest. But you don't see the actual like drawers. That you don't see like a locking mechanism on them. You just notice that when you try to pull on when you like yank at the handle of it, that they don't give.
Huh.
Yeah, she points that out.
You look like you found something important.
Ooh. Locked drawers? I'm gonna try to open them then.
Well, there's no lock.
Oh, they're just magically locked? How does that work?
Well, it seems like they're either magically locked or glued in.
Lol.
She's getting the hammer.
Yeah, I was gonna say, not that I would ever suggest destroying property, but it's kind of already a little busted down here, so.
Yes, destroying property. Let's do it.
We don't have to be excited about it, Kala, but yeah.
Also, which one's obsessed with chairs?
That's Ori.
Okay.
Ori's obsessed with chairs.
Only under influence.
Ori, there are a number of beautifully upholstered chairs kind of strewn about that seem to be like whoever, basically someone here used to hold council at a very fine, rich council here. And you also notice that some of the chairs are like concerningly a little big. They're a little large. A little bit bigger than like your normal medium-sized person. But yes, Niv, if you would like to if you would like to roll for property damage, you may do so.
Roll for
so
property damage.
What I would, before, I think she like takes out the hammer and then she like squats, like, hold on a sec. And she kind of squats down in front of it. And what I would like to do, if you will let me, is try like I want to do, I guess I'd like to try either like Arcana or just going straight at it with like Tinker's tools or something to try and be like, okay, can I like pry it open? Yeah, like not trying to pick an invisible lock, but trying to find like a seam of a drawer and like, get in there like that way rather than just smashing it immediately.
Yeah.
Solid deflates. He was excited.
So, what would you like to roll for?
Could I do Tinker's tools, but is there any chance I could use intelligence instead of dexterity? Because it's more about like locating.
Yeah, no, go for it.
Yay, thank you. There we go. Wait.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yes, so as you are, you're kind of very carefully, like, in your kind of haste originally to find something, you're in your eagerness to find dirt, you weren't really able to pay attention, but you managed to like take a deep breath, and then you kind of put your hands on the object, and now that it's like nice and it's like tactile, and you're looking for something like pretty physical, it's easier for you to focus, and you run your hands along the kind of insides of the desk, and you do find that there is like a seam, where you realize that if it's being magically held in place, like this is where, you know, this is where mechanically the drawer pulls in and out. So if you were to attack that, or if you were to somehow leverage there, it'd be easier to pop the drawer out.
Cool. Would that be dexterity or strength to try to actually do?
I think it would be, it would depend on if you can choose which way you do it, but whichever skill set you choose will like change how it is done. Does that make sense? So you can choose whichever one you want.
Yes. I mean, I think being neither actually that strong except by contrast nor that dexterous, I think she would look to I think Ori's standing right there. And will be like, get your little wizard fingers in here and point out where to do it.
Oh, yeah. He's like super intrigued at kind of everything that she does because he's still trying to figure out like this artificer piece of it. So, where exactly?
So Niv points out to you a what looks to be like, now that she's pointing it out, right? You can see kind of clearly that there's a seam in the wood where the drawer probably pops out. And if you would like, you may use something like, if you have a dagger or something else kind of thin that you would like to kind of leverage in there and try to, you know, finesse the thing out, you can roll for a dexterity check.
I do have a dagger. Yeah.
Do you still have a dagger? Oh yeah, I think I gave you back one after they stole yours.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
You can also, Niv has tools you can borrow too if you'd like.
Okay. Yeah, I've got a little dagger. All right, just a dexterity check.
Straight check.
Do.
You can have advantage because Niv's helping you.
Yeah. I'll just roll it twice. There's the first one. Oh,
Woo!
mercy. There's the second one. That's a lot better.
Whee!
Yes, you
I kind of get it wrong the first time, and then I like look at Niv, like, and I'm like, okay, hold on, I can do this.
let me double check. Are wizards proficient in dex saves?
I don't have a check mark next to mine.
Okay, no. So that's okay.
No.
Because you rolled a save, not a check, and I just want to make sure you weren't adding
Oh, I'm
stats.
sorry.
No, you're good. With a 20 dexterity check, you managed to kind of finesse the dagger kind of inside the seam, and then with Niv kind of pointing out where to apply pressure, you're able to kind of like, you know, put your hand kind of underneath the pommel of the dagger and like lift, and then after like a second or two, it feels like nothing's gonna happen. You're actually like kind of worried that you're gonna like, you know,
Let her down.
yeah, definitely that that like nothing's gonna happen and you're just gonna kind of look stupid. But then the with enough pressure, eventually whatever kind of mechanism is holding this thing in place pops, and the drawer pops out kind of explosively, and you have an unlocked drawer at your disposal.
Huh. Or he like looks back at Niv and he's just like, yes, we did it.
We did it. Let's find all his secrets.
Yeah, you look into the drawer and you see that there are two things. There's one, what looks to be a small journal of some kind. It's bound with what looks to be certainly some type of leather. It looks kind of gnarly.
Human skin.
And underneath it, you do see that there is a bigger book that is definitely what looks to be a tome, likely, or you recognize it to be a spell book.
Oh, I will pass the gross leathery thing off to Niv.
Thank you.
Take the spell book.
Yeah, and grab the spell book.
And I can tell you later what spells are in it. But yeah, so Niv, in your hand you have what looks to be like kind of like a palm-sized journal. that again, as you're kind of feeling the leather, you're like, ooh, something about this feels kind of
Creepy.
slimy and gross.
Oh.
I feel like unless someone tells her not to, she will literally just like plunk down on the ground right there and start reading it.
Yes.
Yeah, you plop down on the ground, you undo the kind of stringy kind of leathery rope that sort of binds it, and then open it up, and you start to read, and you notice that the first date in the journal goes back pretty far, and you realize that you're reading Thavius Craig's account of when the companion was first brought to Elturel to stop the undead, the vampiric horde that was kind of plaguing the city.
Oh my god.
And you realize that at some point, he clearly started taking these notes down at the point where he was already in contact with Zariel, right? So this is after, and so you realize now, holding this this item, that it is likely a gift from Zariel for him to make note of his thoughts, because devils oftentimes like to, keep records. And so as part of the deal, he was probably implored to, make known his thoughts. It's likely that Zariel has a copy of this journal that basically would copy what he wrote into it. So she was aware of his thoughts.
Ooh.
Oh.
Even remotely.
Wow. Wow.
And you
Somebody
realize,
right in the
Like
corner.
like a live journal.
I think when she
Zariel.
when she realizes that, she definitely, like, while she's reading, she's like, oh, well, if anyone has a message for Zario, we have a way to send it. And just keeps reading.
and as you're holding it, you realize, that these things tend to be made from a dark ritual involving human sacrifice, and this is probably human skin.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
Jesus Christ.
she totally guessed that one.
Like this,
And it's just like, oh well.
the string that binds it is very likely dried entrails. You're like, oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. You see Ori kind of like look at the hand that he held it with for like a brief second, like, I
Paula,
get to cut my hand off now.
Paula hops over to the book and sniffs it.
Oh.
I mean, it doesn't.
It's human skin.
Yeah, it doesn't. To be fair, human skin kind of just smells like normal leather.
Leather stink.
It's more the just the fact that you're holding it and you're like, ooh.
Yeah. Look, I don't know what's in that book, but that should be proof enough that this guy was no good. So
Yeah, this is definitely like a devil's tool, like that,
Yeah.
and for him to have it is pretty incriminating. Niv, as you're reading it, like, there's really, like, we can talk about, because like I don't have the entries written out or anything, but the
It's all good.
you do notice that, like, I would say that the overall trend of his writings, kind of infuriatingly for you probably, was that he started out with seemingly like he started out with decent intentions where he truly did want to save the city, but he was really, his main flaw back then was that he was frankly incompetent, and that's how a devil basically managed to finesse him into this deal. And then as time went on, his exposure to Zariel, and you realize that this is probably this was somewhat of a two-way connection with them, that he was probably slowly corrupted by her.
Does it look like there's writing back from her? Like,
no, it's definitely just his communications.
Darn.
But that's, as you're kind of perusing through it, and you can kind of read it at length as you journey, but you do notice that at the start he seems more over his head than like truly malicious, as he's kind of pursuing this contract with Zariel. That said, I think this is definitely an incriminating piece of evidence.
Ooh, receipts.
Yeah, I think she is like just so annoyed at how, like, yeah, she's just like better. She's like, you fucking idiot. Oh my, like, why did you?
Yeah. You also realize, you would know this, Niv, that the way that you would actually like write to Zariel on this, that she would have likely given him like a quill that replenished using his own blood.
Oh god.
And
Jesus
the
Christ.
quill was not in the drawer, so you realize that you don't have the means to communicate with Zariel with this.
Oh.
They're so extra devils.
It-
Everything is so dramatic all the time.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, this is great evidence for oh my god, what's her name again?
Feria.
Feria, yeah.
Oh,
She's not-
Feria. Yeah. The yeah, okay, yeah. This is great evidence for Feria.
She's not going to keep it though, right? Like we still can keep it.
Paula
I think-
hesitates.
I-
He doesn't
well,
know.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I mean, she just said that we had to bring something that could kind of be proof. I assume she'd need to use it for a little while. You want to keep it?
Of course.
Huh.
He's written down all of his thoughts about the whole process of the companion and everything he did with Zariel. If there's some sort of loophole in the contract, then there might be a hint about it in here.
Oh, can we
That is
copy this somehow?
true.
Sorry, you guys said that at the same time and I couldn't hear you.
Oops.
Go ahead, Taco.
Oh, Kala just asked if like there is a way to copy. Like, huh. Oh, I don't know if we could copy a whole entire book.
Yeah, anything can be copied, but yeah, depending on the size, it's more a matter of time, I think.
I suppose any of you are elves and don't need to sleep.
If only.
Right.
Well, I'm sure though that if we tell Feria like that we need it for reasons, she could probably be convinced.
Yeah.
Or alternative, we can keep looking and maybe there's other things that we could hand over.
Yeah, maybe we should just keep looking to see too. More receipts don't hurt.
So it's good to have a backup plan.
But I think just even one glance at that, even the fact that if you just know what it is, you don't even have to read, right, to understand what he's done.
Maybe we could tear the cover off or something.
I'm trying to figure out if there really is anything else in the room.
I mean, can we? I feel like I already investigated a lot, but somebody else could.
Yeah.
I am not proficient in investigation today.
I mean, for all the good that did me.
Let's
Like I can try, but it's gonna be a flat, roll.
Yeah, but if everyone else just wants to case the room one more time.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Umbra
for
is very
anything.
distracted. I don't think he's,
His head hurts.
Gosh.
Yeah, no.
He's really not focused.
I would say, Kala, in your flitting around and your proclivity to be attracted to shiny things, you do find what looks to be a coffer of some kind.
Ooh, loot.
Which does have, you realize likely the donations that were taken at the most recent service that occurred before
church money
things fell. And there's about, I don't know, 18 gold.
Oh, it's nothing.
Ooh.
And give it to Feria. She can redistribute it to the people.
You realize that 18 gold for a common person is like a decent amount of money.
But is there even a commerce down here? Can they buy bread with money? Just wondering.
Save it for later when everything goes right and we save them and we restore the city and then they'll have a nice little nest egg,
I will
Who the heck is donating this amount of gold?
Kala, you also notice that there is underneath that coffer what looks to be a second coffer.
Ooh.
Second coffer.
And it was kind of hidden underneath the first one. And immediately something seems a bit off about the second one.
Ooh,
You found something else, Kala?
yeah, I found a second coffer, and it seems a bit off.
Yeah, as you
In what way?
in your first instinct is to kind of reach out and touch it, but you kind of feel this like ominous air emanating off of it.
Oh no.
There's an ominous air.
Oh,
Just touch it.
It's not passing the vibe check.
It's really not.
Do you want Norma to touch it?
Oh, will Normal be okay?
Probably.
Kala flies over to Norma and is like, "Hey, Norma, you want to touch this coffer?"
She'll like
I
come.
forget you disarm traps in D&D. Is it just like
over?
same as thieves' duels, or do you need to like
Oh,
do
no,
an Arcana check?
it doesn't look like it's locked or trapped. It's just whatever's in it is not.
It's creepy.
It's creepy. Something's creepy about it.
And I've already opened a very cursed box today.
yeah.
If
It's
you
probably
want,
just
I'm just gonna open another one. No
more
problem.
human skin journals, you know.
All right, Kala
Yeah.
touches
He's a
it.
stack of journals.
Yeah,
that he
Norma touches
he
it too.
hasn't-
She like just mirrors your gesture. Like as you're
Oh.
touching it, she's like missed the memo that she's not supposed to touch it anymore. It just does it too.
Yeah, so you both touch
Cool.
it. Kala, nothing happens, but you do get this like chill down your spine.
Ugh.
As there are coins in here that rattle. And
Oh,
yeah,
Kala wants
guess what they
to
are.
open it.
Norma,
Can Kala open it?
yeah, if you
Norma?
if Norma just has her hand on it, like, you know,
Oh.
giving you her gormless look. And
It's like, what next?
Kala, do you want to open it?
Yeah, Kala wants to open it. Kala's gonna open it.
All right, Kala, you open it, and this like kind of pretty nasty sort of miasma kind of like fills like the space right around the opening, and then it kind of dissipates into the air as something like
Ah.
this was basically being like contained. There's like this like really unpleasant, creepy, off-putting something atmosphere to what's in here, and you look in and you see three what look to be like blackened coins that are like they look like they've been like minted in hellfire, and like they still have a crust on them. And they're just giving off this extremely like hideous sort of vibe.
Ooh.
Hey guys, there are some 3 really ugly coins here.
Would I know what they are?
If you were to like walk up and if you were to see them, you would know
Yeah.
what they are.
Oh yeah, she walks up and looks like, oh, don't touch those. Probably.
Oh,
What are they?
Oh, they're just currency. Evil
Currency?
currency.
they're what currency?
They're just evil. They have a person's soul inside of them,
What?
and devils spend them to buy things.
Oh, what
Kala
the-
drops the coffer.
wait, can we help the souls inside the?
Oh gosh,
What?
I don't know. I mean, I guess.
Well, looks like we got
How
more
do you release
evidence.
That is true. Yeah.
Kala actually picks the coffer back up and ties it back up and apologizes to the 3 souls he just dropped on the ground.
Oh, sorry,
Sorry,
whoever you
guys.
are.
Yeah, you should
mean, they're
probably keep it contained.
We could
They're not
keep
like,
it in.
you know, souls of good people. There's people who've sold their souls to a devil, so.
Well, those could still be good people in bad situations.
I mean, sure.
Well, we can't really know. Yeah, so I guess Kala's gonna take the gold and take the soul coin pouches.
Ori will hold open the bag of holding if Kala wants to put the soul coin coffer thing in there. I imagine it's big or bigger.
Can Kala keep the gold?
Yeah.
Okay, Kala drops the soul coin coffer into the bag of holding. Does Kala notice anything else in the thingy thing?
Nope.
Wait, question. When the coins go in the bag of holding that Ori is holding, does he feel a chill? Does he feel weird?
Question.
Oh, I mean, is anyone who's so if you're handling the container that the soul coins are in, anyone
Yeah.
who touches it has that creepy, chilling sensation. That's like this thing that you're holding is like a product of pure evil.
Mm-hmm.
and it is not pleasant. And there's like, especially Ori, I think for you, and Kala too, like the more empathetic you are, the more the kind of anguish of the souls within are going to kind of impact you.
Oh God,
Oh,
Ori's
no.
toast then. Even when I put it in the bag of holding, does that still persist?
As soon as you're not like touching it directly, it's muted.
Okay.
But you know, you're aware of the fact that you have 3 trapped souls inside your bag,
Mm.
and like, you
I
know,
hope they can.
that
breathe.
moral weight, can do what it will.
We
Well,
should study how to free them later.
Uncle might
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I could try to talk to them, maybe. I mean, they're not
Oh.
really ghosts, but maybe it will work.
It wouldn't hurt to try. Right.
Tomorrow
well,
morning.
Is there anything else we could find in this room?
I think we have all investigated to the
Yeah.
very small extent of our abilities.
All right. Well, maybe let's present the soul coins first.
Yeah, and maybe the journal doesn't need to come up at all.
That's
Yeah. Or, worst comes to worst, we can try to convince if we do have.
While I read a book, that's fine by me.
Well, let's head back to the east side of the building.
the east
Ori has
side.
East-
Sorry.
East Coast best East Coast, Beast Coast. Okay. Ori has to report back to Uncle.
Yeah, I did
All
really
these things
good,
are
right?
true.
I'm so
Mhm.
excited to tell him how I did.
Oh my god. Kala goes over to Niv and kind of like whispers very loudly, like, Ori has to report back to his very, very attractive uncle.
Right.
Mhm.
She kind of doesn't know what to say.
So we should go back.
It's like how
For
to
you?
tell him that he's probably not my type.
Oh, well, more eye candy for me. Okay, let's go.
I'm happy for you. It's important to find things to think about in dark times.
There's
Yes,
a lot.
very dark times.
There's a lot of nice things to look at in the room. You'll see.
This door is openable. That's cool.
Oh, that's
Oh.
neat.
Kala just at the door.
Yeah, it's interactable.
All right, so I know Shami asked for a pee break like hours ago.
Yeah, that's okay.
So let's take a quick pee break and then come back in like
Break.
5 minutes, and then we will reconvene with the party.
Okay.
And Niv,
I'm
I'm
gonna do so as well.
Niv, I'm gonna give you some details on soul coins that you would know.
Oh, fun. I'm also accidentally stuck in a wall somehow.
Okay, cool. There you go. Nope.
Like, privately tell Niv?
Yeah.
Listen, she's got information about
She
things.
knows things.
I guess I'll go
She
pee
does know
or
things.
something.
I'll just be right here. Because if I move around too much, Betsy gets riled up.
Okay, I'm gonna pee.
Want to see if I can. Let me see. Oh yeah. No. Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry, I was studying that. Okay. Be right back.
I'm back.
Ah. Level are we? Oh my god, we're level 6.
Yeah, we leveled up. I feel like two sessions ago.
When you arrived in the catacomb area.
Yeah,
No,
or that. Yeah.
I was just trying to remember which level my rogue archetype gets cool coins too. But that's like 3 levels away.
Oh.
Not yet.
Not yet. 5e tools, maybe? No, 5e tools. Tell me 5e tools.
Hi, BB. We got snow.
I'm jealous.
Like about 5 inches.
I don't know if you saw Taco's note that her uncles are saying hello. So she takes more
okay.
than 3 minutes to ping her. So
Oh, I see.
Okay.
I
I
see Lark's still not back either though, so
gave Niv
Oh
the
yeah, it's
deets.
level 9. I see. That's gonna be fucking cool. Be far away though. I had to get off the couch because my computer was dying, so I had to plug it in and it doesn't reach the couch.
you need to get an
Aw.
extension cord.
Very sad. Yeah. Well, it's okay. I'm sitting in front of the fire, so it should be just as warm. Plus, I'm waiting for my mom to bring me some food. So.
Hi, Ellie.
I need to start a new D&D notebook. Let's see.
Man, I'm 3 deep.
I have, okay, these 2 are used. I have an owl bear one, a displacer beast one. And what is this guy? I don't know. A gnoll, a lich, a mind flayer, and a beholder. Which one should I use? These are like very tiny D&D branded tiny notebooks.
Trying to think.
Which one is more appropriate for Avernus? Maybe Displacer Beast?
Yeah.
Notebooks?
Welcome
I think,
back.
yeah. I think Displacer Beast is the more local. The more local beast.
Tiny notebooks?
Yeah.
Hello to your uncles.
Hi, uncles.
Hello,
Hi,
uncles.
They were shoveling what little ice there is.
No.
So I was just like, hi.
We're big fans of uncles around here.
Mm.
Or
Yeah,
at
we
least I
love.
am.
We're
Oh
still.
God.
We're uncle
Wait,
core.
can the name of the stream for the day be Big Fans of Uncles?
How about next? We can change. Maybe we should just change the instead of Centaur Storm of Ernest. It should just be
I think
big fans of uncles.
big fans of uncles.
Hell fucking yes.
I think
Big fans
today's episode title is Bully Ori.
Holy Ori!
Bully Ori. Bologna Ori.
Yeah, Bolognese or
Bolognese.
Bolognese.
I mean, he's bullying himself right now. I don't think anyone's been mean to him.
No, yeah. I jest.
Adventures in Bolognese.
I don't mind if you guys pick on Ori. It doesn't bother me.
But if we pick on Jen, no I'm kidding.
I might cry if you pick on me.
All right, we're back.
Okay.
People know things.
Yeah. Can I react to one of the things that I now know?
Yes.
So I think as we're sort of like walking out of the room, back up to, well, I've come farther back with everybody. Niv sort of like sidles up to Ori and is like, "Hello. So I don't want to make you nervous, but it is possible if you carry those around for too long it will be detrimental to your health?
Uh-oh.
Hmm.
Like,
In what way?
I just sort of looking back at the notes. I don't. It just sort of eats away at you, being that they're evil and you're not.
You see Ori take like a big breath and like he just opens up the bag of holding, like takes the box out. I'm really sorry. And he just puts it down. Like he says
Well-
I'm sorry to the
oh
box.
my god. I thought you were
We
gonna
can't
say-
leave them here.
Well, and
Yes.
Niv, you know it has to do with like the number that you're holding. So like if a good creature holds, or sorry, if a non-evil creature holds a coin,
Holds a bunch of them.
it's a problem. But like if you were to each hold one, you would have more
Right.
time.
Okay. Then yeah, I think she'd be like, I mean, if you wanted to split them up, you could each hold one if you really are determined to, and that would, be less bad and take longer before it got really bad.
And
That's
Sounds like a good idea. Kala
fine by
holds out
me.
his hand.
question too. I mean, obviously, my knowledge of it is limited. Like, and you don't have to sugarcoat it. Like, can they even be saved, or is it like just kind of a fool's hope? Like, I just kind of like assumed. So
I've seen the souls in them sort of dissipate. I've never seen one be freed.
Hmm.
I don't know if it's possible. I wouldn't be surprised if the devils didn't really want that to be possible.
I would like to hold one just so that I can try tomorrow to talk to
So-
it or something.
all right.
On that subject, just a warning, you can talk to them, but there's sort of a limit of the number of times it can happen before they sort of, again, disintegrate. So I would just so you know, if it's possible, if it's already been talked to a bunch of times, you're talking to it again could kill it.
Oh God.
Wow.
It never works like that when I talk to, drifting souls, I suppose.
These
Well,
things
these
are
aren't exactly
different, though.
drifting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nonetheless, like Ori will hand one off to Umbra.
We have
and-
to study them. Figure
I'm
it
willing to
out.
hold one too.
He'll give one to Kala. Umbra's like, "Whoa." Well, so how? Okay, just so that we can kind of keep a lookout. Like, what kind of effects? Like, is there something I would feel like to know? Like, maybe the coin's got to go.
Night.
Yeah, so Niv, you would know that it usually results in people becoming just kind of generally worse at what they do. So,
Okay.
clumsy,
Oh.
more forgetful, and then in really extreme cases, right, anything evil or of origin of the hells has the potential to start to shift your morality a little bit. But that's long-term consequences. And if you're like carrying like 100 of them.
What if
Yeah.
normal holds one?
I don't really want that.
That's fair. Well, okay. Well, thanks for letting us know.
Of course.
So is Ori keeping one?
Yeah, well,
She's like, I'm not. I don't want it.
or he's got like the last one in his hand, and you can definitely like he's looking a little conflicted. 'Cause
Kala
he
holds
does-
out his other hand and is like, "Do you want me to hold two? I can
No,
hold-
no,
Don't-
no.
I can hold two.
No,
That's no
no,
problem.
no.
All right. Well,
Okay, well,
I have a
so,
feeling I can hold two.
Listen. If any of us starts acting a little crazy, they gotta
Oh.
go, okay?
I'm sure we can find a way to help them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw mine in the holy fountain, I think, when we get back.
Ooh, okay.
That's not a bad idea.
if I
Mhm.
start to act evil, Niv, promise me that you'll punch me or something. But like,
I'll
do
kill
it.
you.
Oh.
Oh, sorry.
hmm,
Was that too far?
That's not really ideal. But all right, let's just go.
Well, I don't think punching you is going
Too
to turn you
soon.
unevil. Is the problem?
Oh, hmm. I
Mm,
mean,
Well,
like, if I'm
take-
like, well, not like if I'm acting evil, more like if I'm acting just a little bit off, cause hopefully that means I'm not like too far gone then.
Right. Well, I'll take the coin away. I think that will be more effective than punching you.
Oh, good idea.
All right, I'm putting mine back in the bag of holding because I have it on me.
Yes,
Yeah.
and as each of you kind of hold your coins, you know, and when you're touching them, it is the kind of swirling kind of rage you feel kind of within the coin, this like despair, is pretty overwhelming. And even as you kind of tuck it into each of your pockets, it's kind of like it lingers with you like a bad taste in your mouth. Like these things are pretty nauseous.
Hmm.
It's
All
going,
right.
it's going in the holy water.
I
When I
have
get
yeah, and
this.
this is what they look like as well.
They are very cool.
Oh.
Forbidden Oreo.
Yeah, right?
Don't eat it.
Oh my god, that'd
Cool
be really
Reese's
bad.
cup.
Call up
Dark
what's in his
Reese's
mouth.
cup.
Just kidding.
All right. Well, you realize that as you're feeling kind of very close to that kind of consecrated aura from the other side, you've managed to loop around.
We did it.
And
it's
it's
clear.
it's
We did it.
pretty close to dinner time.
Whoa.
For
You
me.
guys have been out basically all day.
Wow.
Oh god, those are just people. Jesus Christ.
Mm, That's your uncle.
Yeah, your uncle's here.
I don't see Uncle. I just saw ahead of me. For some reason, like the fist people looked like monsters with
Oh,
how
yeah.
zoomed out I am, and I was like, oh my god.
Minotaurs.
Okay, there's Uncle. Uncle.
Yeah, as you guys walk up, you see Zovius is pacing back and forth. And you see Feria kind of like not far behind him, kind of looking like they look like she's kind of got this like long suffering sort of stance to her, and he looks like he's about to bolt out of the kind of consecrated area. And then as you I'll explain that in a second. As you walk up, he stops pacing and he kind of looks to you, Ori, and you see like this relief kind of come over him. He's like, "Oh, thank goodness, you've been gone for so long." And he's gonna give you a big hug.
Aw.
Like 5 hours.
No, you've been gone all day.
We did it, and actually, in fact, like, not a scratch on me. I didn't get hit once.
So yes, these guys have gone. So when you walk in, you notice that Ravencard's still there, but a small contingent of fists have certainly moved out and are likely investigating the forward. What do you call it? The forward operating base that they're trying to establish down at the
River Styx.
yeah, down in the River Styx, but Ravengard is still here, seemingly commanding operations from here. Which to everyone's delight, he's still here, and there is still a small contingent of fists that are keeping, that are helping to reinforce the perimeter here. Zovius kind of backs up and takes a good look at you, Ori. You see him smile. He seems pleased, and he says, "And it seems you haven't exhausted yourself completely."
No, not at all. Yeah, and we made a new friend. This is Niv. And
Hi.
Norma. Niv, this is my uncle Zovius.
Niv, you see what looks to be like a taller,
Yeah.
older copy of Ori.
Kala
Hi.
elbows Niv a little bit. I was like, that's the uncle. That's the uncle.
That's the uncle.
Hi, I worked that one out. Thank you.
Well,
It's nice
Go
to
ahead.
meet you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So he's a little preoccupied with Ori's well-being, but then
Yeah, she's like realized this is what's happening. She's like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna.
he just looks and says, "Oh, a new friend. Where did you?
Don't worry about it.
Were you here in the catacombs?"
Yeah, I hid here when the city started to, get dragged into hell.
That was ages ago. Are you all right? We're definitely going to need you to stay here overnight to make sure that you're not, a devil.
oh, she's fine, Uncle.
Do you do that to everyone or just the tieflings?
We do
He
it.
says that to everyone.
Yeah.
Kala speaks up and
We did it too.
Yeah, Kala speaks up like, oh no, it's everyone. It's not just you.
he kind of nods and he says, "I understand that things are tense, and I understand your, let's say, hesitance to trust my good intentions here, but it is truly to keep everyone safe, and if you are not a devil, as I do not presume that you are, but we have to at least make sure that you're welcome here regardless. I would imagine it'd be nicer to perhaps rest with others than to rest alone in the catacombs, but if you would like to return to where you were staying, you were free to, but I would imagine that this would be more comfortable, seeing that we have, and you see there's like bedrolls, food, a little bit of an operation set up here."
Thank you, and I have to do.
You do notice he sees Norma, and he kind of leans to look behind you, and he has this like glint in his eye that, or you recognize.
Oh my god.
He's about to perhaps he wants to have an intellectual discussion about this thing that he's now seen.
Oh my god.
And he looks at him and he says, Is that your contraption?
Yes.
Fascinating. It's an artificing thing, correct?
As soon as he says
Yeah.
that, Ori's like focused, like. Mm.
Listening. Yes, I was already telling your nephew. I wasn't formally trained, so don't expect too much of me.
Yes. Well, you see, I've only ever seen something like this a couple times in my life, but it is quite the feat of ingenuity. And you see, he's meaning to be like genuinely complimentary to you, but he clearly has some mixed feelings about this type of magic.
I think she just is absolutely just like, oh well, thank you so much. Like,
Yeah.
too delighted at having her genius notice the nuances.
Can Kala roll an insight check?
Yeah.
You don't have to. That's very obvious. On him.
No,
On him.
to Zacchaeus.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
He seems basically like a he thinks that this is pretty genuinely interesting magic, right? Like he's not lying about that, but you do see that he seems to have perhaps a personal he's had some type of experience with artificing that makes him a little bit like his curiosity is tempered by a little bit of like personal hesitance, not because he's like afraid of it, but because he's more like there's something about it that is giving him pause. But that doesn't overcome his genuine, like, authentic curiosity.
Got it.
She made this too. Ori will hold out his arm that's got the bracer that Niv gave him.
He looks at that and he like holds it, or he like kind of like touches your wrist, and he's like, fascinating. And these you just create these out of normal objects. Is that correct?
Well, and magic.
Right, but the magic you just you see, and he kind of looks to Ori a little bit, because he assumes that you've maybe seen what he does. But it's like we manipulate objects like swords, weapons, and things. But that beyond that, our magic is not typically so object oriented, I would say. But this is quite fascinating.
Thank you. She does have 8 wisdom, so I think she'll keep talking, and she'll be like, "Oh, I don't know. I mean, I assume you got down here only when the city fell, so you probably haven't seen much, but have you ever seen an infernal war machine? That was sort of where I got the idea at first." And she's like,
you see his eyes kind of go wide, and he's like, truly, I have never seen an infernal war machine. I have read about them, he says very carefully.
Right, well, so they're quite interesting, aren't they, and very powerful.
Yes, they are. They are quite the feat of arcano-mechanical engineering.
Exactly.
Or
So-
you've noticed Uncle has flipped into his diplomat stance.
Yeah. I love how like uncomfortable he is in a weird way.
But he does seem he's still genuinely like friendly, and like he wants, like, he's almost like kind of like he keeps kind of like, I don't know. I don't think Niv would pick up on it, but Kala, if you're still kind of squinting at him,
Probably not.
I sure am.
yeah, you would probably notice that he's being complimentary because he's noticing that that's what gets her to keep talking. And so he's kind of curious to see what she will give, like, freely.
Kala would like to step in.
Okay.
Okay, Kala says, yes, speaking of very fascinating things, we were able to reach Krieg's office, and, Uncle, do you happen to know where Feria is?
She kind of steps up from behind him and says, yes, I've been watching him paste, a small dent into our floors for the past hour.
Oh my god, I don't see your token.
She's right over here.
Down below. I told you.
Learning, my goodness, Feria.
Yeah, Zovius kind of like looks at her like with this withering look, and she looks back like, I told you that they would be fine. And if they weren't, we probably would have heard the screaming.
Kala is delighted by this. Kala kind of nudges at Ori, and says like, we have found some things in Krieg's office.
Oh yeah. Ori will dig in the bag of holding and pull out the soul coin.
Yeah, as you do, both Feria and Zovius kind of like take a measured, like not quite a full step back, but they definitely like pull back, as that kind of, again, that like noxious energy coming off of them is like, again, kind of overwhelming as it's kind of back out in the plain light of day. And you watch Feria makes this like horrified expression, and Zovius just has this like this stink, like he's just smelled something terrible. And they both go, ugh. Feria says, that, what is that?
Oh,
it's a soul coin.
yeah, there's a person's soul trapped in here. They sold themselves to the devil, it seems, and well, we brought them partly because maybe it's proof, but also maybe to seek your counsel to see if there was a way to free them.
Feria just like, she swallows, and like it looks like her mouth's gone dry, and she says, I've never seen anything of such infernal evil provenance. That is terrible.
And we found it in Krieg's office.
Yeah, we found 3 of them.
Kala also
And
closed
devils.
his out.
And they come from devils, obviously. Zariel must have given them to him.
She kind of looks at it and she's like, well, very and you see like kind of passing over her face is this like realization that she like was clearly trying to hold back, like she didn't want to believe it, but like this is pretty clear. Like if this was truly found in his office, then like there really is no way to kind of get around that he was involved with devils. And she sort of just makes this like resigned, flat expression and says, very well, I'll have to start communicating this throughout the faithful so that they know this is not the news that I was hoping for. And there was nothing there that to the contrary that could maybe prove or it suggests that he had reason for doing this. I'm going to take that as a no.
Or
Nick
admittedly,
says
like,
nothing.
looks a little like, or he definitely looks like, like he's trying like not to make eye contact.
Well, I think that this just supports what Galleon was telling you. I think that's what she said to you. I wasn't really there for that conversation.
Scala, I'll say because everyone sort of clammed up, make a persuasion check on behalf of the whole party.
Oh god, okay.
Go, Kala, go.
Go, Kala, go.
Go, Kala, go.
You can do it.
These windows. Persuasion. Here you are.
Yeah. She kind of looks and she says, right, I imagine you must be very tired and maybe that's why. Very well. Yes, we'll start letting everyone know that the Krieg is not coming and truly he was the reason for this beginning in the first place. And she just seems really tired all of a sudden. And you see Zovius kind of puts a hand on her shoulder and kind of gives her a pat and says, what if just go jump in the head of the food line, get some dinner, and then we'll manage the meal for everyone else. And she kind of just nods and is gonna walk off.
Oh boy.
To kind of start doing that. So side quest complete. Validate Galleon.
Yay! Who is it
we-
here?
I know.
We gave the coins to her, right?
No.
Oh,
She
we
doesn't
still
want
have
them. No, if you tried to give them to her,
Yeah.
she'd be like, no thanks. Seeing it
Yeah.
is good enough.
Gotcha.
We can experiment with the holy water if you want to.
Part of Ori does, but then there's another part of him that like knows that holy water is kind of what's keeping this area safe, and
So true.
he doesn't want to jeopardize that potentially. You know,
You can take a cup of it.
maybe, yeah.
No, you should definitely throw it in.
As Kala's
Oh my
over there, like
Niv just turns back to Zovius like, so about the war machine.
Yeah, he's gonna
distracted.
he's gonna talk to you as much as you want to talk to him about it. He just might not have much to say other than wow, but he's just gonna keep, he wants you to keep saying what you know. So you guys can definitely
she requires no other encouragement.
yeah.
Ori will aid with the distracting of Uncle because he is curious, but yeah.
And Ori, can you just before I commit on anything, which parent was in Lutris? The dad, right?
It's the father.
Yes.
Yeah, they're brothers.
That's what I thought. I just wanted to confirm it one more time because I was like looking through my notes, like, why don't I have this for sure?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
And his brother's name is Ori's middle name, Altori.
Right. I had that, but I was like,
And Uncle likes to whittle.
I need to make like family trees for everyone.
I will totally make a family tree for you.
Well, you've already given me a family like photo book which is
That's
great. I
true.
love it. Don't stop doing that.
Okay.
Oh.
Including photos like I'm like, man, I've gotten Kala family nudes. This is great.
I'm telling you,
As
we're gonna
I
have
have
to put
told
together a
Taco so
team.
many times that it is like a GM's dream to get shit like that. And
Yes.
she never believes me.
no, it's true. I'm like, no, keep showing it to me. The only thing is like, so I'm like, there was a time during the pandemic where I was like very addicted to Discord. So if I'm not on Discord during the week, it's not because I'm like ignoring you. It's because it's for me, right? Like,
Yeah.
and so, but I'm definitely looking, and getting art of stuff from your campaign is like literally the dream. In any way, like from small doodles to like nudes of your character's sister, you know.
Jesus Christ.
It's great.
So sorry.
No,
so sorry.
keep
Oh my
doing it.
god, you got nudes.
I got
I
nudes.
mean, they're all feathered. So.
They're all feathered. Yeah, feathered nudes.
Yeah, you guys didn't get the Uncle Zovius nude. Sorry.
No, not yet. We're
Drop
waiting.
the nudes. Anyway.
Anyway, okay, so two things, we're gonna have kind of two things happening. One is you guys, if you would like to, oh no, okay, hold on, Kala's stuck. We're gonna save Kala.
Yay.
Okay, so who is on team gonna try holy water with the soul coins?
Me, Kala.
Okay.
Well, I was going to try to talk to them first, so I'm not gonna burn them all on
we have
the holy
three.
water.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
three. So
So each of us can do an experiment, I guess.
Okay. Who
I
would
mean,
like-
remember that talking to them might kill them.
I'm gonna try like the usual way Umbra does. So if they don't want to answer, they won't answer.
Yep. So Umber, you want to try that first as
Oh, I have to do it in the morning because I can do it, you know.
Oh, okay.
I was
Oh.
just gonna use the class ability, you know,
Right. Okay.
to change my proficiency and see if they talk to me.
All right, we'll do that after the long rest. But Kala, would you like to try the holy water approach?
Yeah, so Kala is going to take out the soul coin,
Mhm.
and then with his
And a
free
spoon.
hand, cup up some holy water, and then drop the soul coin in the other hand with the holy water.
So-
what just happened?
Yeah, as you start to like pick up the soul coin, and you go to like drop it into the puddle, like the small pocket of holy water in your hand, you hear this like sudden like in the back of your mind, just this like psychic scream
Oh god.
as something in your head is saying no 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 no.
Kala stops.
Okay. And then as soon as like your intention to drop it in the holy water is gone, right? The screaming calms down.
Hmm.
Kala is gonna talk to the soul coin.
Yeah, so the way that this works mechanically, now that you're gonna try it, is just let you know that the soul coins have 3 charges. And one way you can expel a charge is by talking to them. You can query them, and they'll answer to the best of their personality and knowledge. But you have like basically like sort of like like it's not quite speak with dead, but similar rules, right? Like you can only talk to them for a certain amount of time before you've used a
Mhm.
charge. But you don't know the consequences of what using a charge does. But just to let you know that's mechanic. Like basically you can query them 3 times. And I'll leave it at that for now.
All right. Well, Kala grew up with a wild magic sorcerer, so he's fine with that. So I could just like say stuff.
What do you want to say?
Okay, Kala wants to say like, "Hey, sorry. I hope this doesn't kill you, but sorry for trying to put you in holy water."
Okay, we're gonna say that because this is like an initial conversation, you're not actually really trying to necessarily. We'll see how it goes, but I'll let you know whether or not a charge is used at the end.
Okay.
You hear this like kind of clicking sound as something is like kind of clacking, as you hear like something's like trying to like clear its voice almost through the coin. And you hear this kind of reedy voice say, oh, yeah, no, don't do that. I don't know what happens, but it just seems like really bad. I feel like the coin might explode. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, thanks for not dropping me in there.
Huh.
Oh,
Kala's trying to think of what to say
wait, hold on.
in response. Oh, go
I
ahead.
killed Niv.
Oh,
No.
Wait, did that
There we
consume
go.
a charge in itself?
No, not yet. Until like you guys get something substantive from it, I'm not gonna say that it does.
Okay.
But for like RP purposes, I'm not gonna say it uses the charge because that's lame. Sorry, Niv, I did change your token, but I just forgot to drop the new token down.
woohoo.
Oh, it's fine. Doesn't matter. Sorry.
Kala, so yeah, this reedy voice says, thanks for not dropping me into the water. And his guess is that if you drop the coin in the water, it might have a bad reaction.
Do you remember who you are and what you did to get into the soul coin?
Yeah, yeah, my name's Russell. It's nice to meet you.
Russell?
Yeah, so it's gonna sound really dumb. I don't want to admit it.
Well, you're in a judgment-free zone.
Okay, so I was a bard, and I was trying to, make it, but I kept, I'm a Kenku, so like a lot of places don't necessarily want to like listen to my songs because I guess I sound like a dumb bird, and I came low on funds, and I was really desperate to kind of, make it work, and so when someone told me I could sell my soul for success, I, did it.
Oh. Kala hones in on the most least important fact and asks like, do you have any unreleased songs that you want me to perform? I'm also a bard, but I'm not a Kenku. I'm an Aarakocra.
Oh, it's nice to meet you. I don't know. I didn't really write any of them down. I was mostly singing, folk songs from where I'm from. So they're sort of weird. I wouldn't really want to, like, I don't know. They're kind of too specific, I think. Maybe that's why. Maybe that was my problem. Maybe I didn't diversify enough.
Huh. Right. Well, Kala is trying to like figure out what are like the actual real important questions that he should be asking. Do you know like the name of the devil that you sold your soul to, or do you know any like details about your deal that you can remember?
So I think the deal was that I definitely was supposed to, well, I had a time limit, right? And so for about 20 years was the contract. I got to perform everywhere, and everyone loved me, and my songs were popular. And then 20 years was up, and then I was stuck.
Oh. Who put you in this situation? Like, do you know, can you give me a name?
It was some type of she-devil. It's a little hard to remember.
Huh. So not Zariel?
No, not but I think she works for Zariel.
Okay.
No name. Well, she used to invite me to these parties she used to hold. And I performed there too. That was part of the contract.
Where were the parties?
In hell.
In hell. Great.
Yeah.
Wow.
She had this big old palace, and I used to perform there, and that was part of the contract. It's just periodically I would perform for them, and then I got to go back, home and keep singing for as long as I wanted, and then time was up, and then here I am.
Wow, where specifically was this palace? In Avernus?
It was in Avernus. I think it moved around.
Oh man.
Avernus is weird. It's a very weird place. Things are just not like they're supposed to be.
I'll bet. How are you able to find the palace every time you had to go there?
Oh, because she would bring me.
Oh.
She used to put me in like pretty collars.
Ooh. Well, I want a pretty collar. Oh, maybe I don't want a pretty collar.
No. I mean, she had all these pet artists that she would bring. These, pet performers that she would, and she would invite devils from everywhere. And they'd come and they'd, and I think she would basically use the mortals under her sway to prove how powerful she was, which, she is. And I mean, all things considered, she wasn't that bad of a devil mistress. I've heard of worse. But I am stuck now in this, and I think forever. But I was told that at least I still had value like this in a way that I never did when I was mortal.
Please don't accept being a coin.
He has accepted his fate.
He has accepted the life of a coin.
Oh no, trust me, I'm despairing constantly, but that's also just kind of the life of an artist.
Oh, what a mood.
I'm hashtag relatable.
Oh my god. I'm so
I love
sad
Russell.
that I didn't. I'm so sad that we haven't met under better circumstances. Russell, I'm Kala, by the way.
Hi, Russell. Kala. It's spelled Russell like Russell Feathers. Get it?
Oh, because it's a Kenku. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's so funny.
he says, "Yeah, I guess our paths just never crossed." I don't know how long I've been in a coin, so maybe we were never even together in the same, world. Like, I don't know when you were born. I don't know when I was born. I don't know what's happening.
Oh, can you give me a year or where you're from?
Oh, well, the Kenku tribe that I'm from, they're from way up north, right? Where these kind of you've probably seen Kenku before, but we're more we're definitely fluffier. We're like owl kind of. We're from the mountains up north. And I think that's maybe why my music didn't really hit down south, because it's a lot of chanting about snow, and I guess people didn't really care about that. And a year, I mean, I was born I think 9/15, yeah.
Oh shit.
9, 3-digit, 915.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thousands of
wow.
years ago.
Wow.
It can't have been that long ago.
I mean, I'm pretty okay. Well, um, oh my
See
friend.
Ori peek over Uncle's shoulder, to see what's the holdup?
Yeah, you all seem like Kala just start dissociating in the middle of the room,
Oh my god. Dissociating. Oh, great. It has been a long time, but that's neither here nor there.
how
great.
long?
Oh,
I'm-
have a look.
So, okay, listen, I know how this stuff works. Listen. I've read. I'm a bard, and I know the stories, and I know one of the worst tragedies is when someone gets stuck out of time and they come back and everyone they knew was dead. Is it that bad?
Yeah, it's 1492.
Columbus sailed the ocean blue?
Yeah, I don't know who that is, but sure. Is that a song?
Yeah, well,
That's one of
yeah.
my songs.
It's a classic song from my village. That's That's a long time.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's a really long time.
All my fans are probably dead.
Oh well, you got a new fan in me.
Aw. Well, thanks. And you feel like this like quiver in the soul as it's like realizing the depths of how long that is. Um and Russell kind of like makes this like again this like kind of keening whistling sound and says, "Well, unless you have anything you want like to know about anything specific, I think I need to go like, metaphorically lay down."
Oh, okay, well, I don't know if I could really save you, but I really value our time together, and maybe in another universe, we were besties.
Yeah, maybe. Well, if you need to know anything, just, ask. I only have so much juice to give, but I got something, I think.
Yeah. Yeah,
This poor
I
guy.
understand. All right, well, okay, go take a nap. Hopefully, we'll talk again soon, and it won't be the last time. Ha ha ha!
Yeah, Russell just goes quiet, back to being quietly anguished at his plate.
Poor Russell.
Does everyone else want to meet their soul coin?
Now that it hasn't been holy watered, I guess I'll holy water mine because I really
Oh,
want to know what
Jesus.
happens.
Oh no.
I realized I can also do the thing with a short rest. So
Oh.
I can just like chill around here and then in an hour I can do it.
Well, you haven't used it since you've taken 2 short rests today.
Yeah, I haven't really used it because I thought it was only a long rest. I was like,
Yep.
oh, stupid. Dumb.
So would you like to try to call upon your
So the way I was thinking of doing it is usually Umbra looks for a soul that can teach him what he wants that day, like specifically. So is there a way he can do it in reverse and see if he can sense what this soul has to teach to figure out who they are without, I don't know, exhausting them?
Sorry. Can you say it one more time?
Oh, hold on. Basically, just use. I mean, I know it's a stretch of the ability,
Yeah.
But use whispers of the whatever. What was it?
Whispers of the heart.
Yeah, you guys are here for the day now.
That thing, whispers of the dead. But just to figure out. Oh, sorry, my mom is here. Fuck.
Okay.
Should we?
Yeah, we can move to Ori really quick.
No, I'm free.
Oh,
I'm
okay. You're here?
I sent her away. Yeah.
Okay, goodbye, Mom. Okay, so Whispers of the Grave. So you basically want to figure out if you can...
Well, I said what I usually do is I say I want, perception proficiency, and so look for a soul that can teach me that.
Yep.
This would be the opposite. Figure out what this soul has to teach as a way to try to sense more of it without expending charges, hopefully.
So you mean expending charges of the soul coin?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I will say that I like that. I like the idea of like instead trying to feel out what souls are around.
Mm-hmm.
I will say as you reach out and like this soul is it's louder than most because it's so anguished and so much in pain. That like as you're kind of trying to feel around for the souls like you often do, you realize that it's actually going to be a little difficult to parse to find souls not this one while you have this thing in your possession. But you are able to kind of focus in, and you find a soul that's like you feel like you would suddenly be proficient in like ship sailing, like naval ability.
Very useful down here.
Definitely like a sailor of some kind.
I'm gonna get rid of it later. Okay.
I feel like we have a boat.
You do have you have a boat. You have the foldable boat.
But is the river Styx an actual river?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
In
that case.
Okay.
So it's a sailor.
Some type of yeah. Um. Would you like to speak to them?
Well, I will say that Umbra is reluctant because he has just replaced his mental friend. But he will, I
Rebound!
guess. Yeah, he's like, fine, okay. He will try to just cautiously prod at the soul coin.
As you're prodding,
Uh-huh.
you hear in the back of your head, "Oi! I'm resting here. What's up?"
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Well, sorry, I
It's-
woke you.
You hear a woman's voice, and she is very salty. Let's say.
Literally. Well, do you happen to know how you got into this coin?
How I got into
Or how-
this? Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember, and I don't regret it one bit. I did what I had to do to save my sister.
Oh.
And does it suck? Yes. Is it painful? Yes. But I'm making do, just like you do.
Who's your sister? What is she? What was she doing that required selling your soul to save her?
Well, she was in a coma, and
Oh.
she was some kind of sick. My name's Corrigan, by the way. My sister's name's Abby. We're the Moore sisters.
How do you spell that?
Moore.
More.
Mm.
Okay. Where were you from?
Star Coast.
And sister. So you sold your soul to which devil?
I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah. I didn't even realize it was the devil. They disguised themselves like a doctor. But I should have
Oh, I
realized
see.
when they had me sign the treatment forms in blood what I was getting into. But it's all good.
That makes sense. Well, it's a good thing you don't have regrets, but I'm trying to think of a way to get you out of here.
Well,
I think the holy water does not work.
I don't know. No, don't, because if you do, it might undo what they did to my, like, it helped my sister's alive. She's doing well. And if you undo me, it might undo that, and I don't want that. That would make all this worthless.
What year was it when you met this doctor?
I don't know, 87?
Like 1487?
Yes. What? I'm not that old. Rude.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to think. I'll have to figure out whether undoing a pact is even possible, or whether, freeing you would undo that before I do anything, I suppose. I
don't-
promise you I won't do anything that risks your sister.
Don't do it. I'm fine the way I am.
Well, if there is a way, though, maybe we can figure it out. I don't know. Well, it's weird for a change that someone is happy being trapped. But I suppose.
Well, I'm sure I was tricked, but I've come to realize that what was afflicting my sister was probably not curable by means other than magic. So if this is what needs to be done, that she can, live a happy, fulfilled life, then I'm willing.
I see. Well, in that case, I guess I'll just put you in my wallet for a while.
Yeah, sounds good. If you need any knowings about anything to do with, I don't know, my sister and I were a sailing duo. We were mostly, merchant type contract stuff. So I've got a pretty good mind on my head for politicking and merchanting, but
And sailing.
And sailing, yeah. My sister was the real sort of tinkerer. She could really, she could really figure out how to make a ship go, but I'm proficient enough. But yeah, I'm more a good talker. I can usually make a good deal with folks. But
Sounds good.
if you need help with understanding anything, I've seen quite a lot while I've been down here. Not been here long though. And I'll say most of it, well, in truth, it's mostly been stuck in that office, I think. But if you have any questions, just let me know. But
So are you aware of your surroundings?
Yeah, well, sorta. It's more of a things that I've seen either before or after making the deal, and then yeah, I probably haven't spent. I was stuck in that coffer with some folks who've been here way longer than me, so maybe they know more. But I might know something.
Fascinating that you could you talk to each other?
No, I can just sense.
Sense them.
And some listen, some folks you ever meet like an old soul? There were some of them that I was, just brushing soul shoulders with, let's say, and they've got old souls. Old souls.
I see. Well, okay. I assume that means she's proficient in, I don't know, persuasion, insight.
She is proficient in persuasion when it comes to politics and merchant, like some bargaining, and then also in using naval vehicles.
Yeah. Okay, let's see if that comes in handy. I think Umbra is shell-shocked by how non-whiny or untroubled she sounds, considering her situation.
You can make an insight check if you want.
Oh, I guess I could. Yeah, thank you for suggesting that. I will do that. Let's see. Oh, sorry, that rolled to GM, but it's a 12.
Okay. Yeah, with a 12, you're pretty convinced that she's genuinely okay with it.
That's fucked up. But okay.
We'll
figure it out.
I will say, so while you guys do that, meanwhile, Ori and Zovius and Niv, you've all been talking about infernal machines. And Zovius kind of looks to you, Ori, and he looks a little unsure if he wants to, he's basically been letting Niv talk and letting, just letting her be the one to kind of lead the conversation. But then he volunteers, he says, as I mentioned, the, our family school of magic, we do manipulate objects. We mostly manipulate swords and weapons in a type of magic called blade singing. But let's say Ori's father wasn't always the most adept at it, and so he found more facility with objects that were less pointy, let's say. We didn't want him hurting himself, I think, is what my father would have said.
So you gave him a hammer instead?
Oh, no, we gave him, we gave him, well, I did. I'm younger than him, so I sort of, this is how my understanding and how he talks about it. He was very self-deprecating. But he, would often say that rather than give them swords to play with, they would give them rocks, and then they would cast magic on the rocks, and the rocks could do different things, like emit sounds or light or things of that kind. And I think he just kind of ended up doing that instead of what we do. And it was definitely difficult for my father to accept, but it is a magic of its own kind.
So, did he get kicked out of the family?
No, he's not kicked out. He just never, he just never picked up the type of magic that we're known for. And he was always welcome, but I think he may have not felt that way. And then when our father passed, he, well, it's this is all very personal. I'm sorry. And he kind of looks to you, Niv, he looks a little ashamed that he brought this up.
I can go?
No. No. Let's keep talking about cool tanks. Tanks with big wheels
Yes.
and pointy things. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And they're fueled by the souls of the damned.
Right. So that's what he's gonna volunteer, and then he's gonna clam up again. Or you said you wanted to talk to him about something specific, or
Yeah, or he's a little like.
Niv will leave if you need to talk to him
I
privately.
know. No,
Paula
he,
can step in.
he doesn't care about anybody being around. It's just
Or
I-
Kala can also listen. Oh, Kala's
I think
stuck
this
behind
is-
Niv again. Sorry.
I think this is simultaneous to what you guys are doing.
it is. So Kyle, you can't join yet. Kyle, you're dissociating with Russell.
You're talking to Russell.
Oh, right.
Sorry. Yeah, what I was gonna ask didn't. I got thrown for a loop.
I just like throwing bombs in Jen's lap.
Yeah, I think Ori's a little thrown off because like Uncle's saying things that like they've never really been allowed to talk about, but like it feels like such a casual way to talk about something that Ori feels like is important to him.
Yeah. It seems like he's trying to find ways to bring it up in a way that isn't so like it's almost like if it's more of like a one-on-one intense, it's like worse, you know? And so finding ways to give Ori finding specific things for Ori to kind of maybe ask about later is you realize that that's kind of how he teaches, right? He likes to drop nuggets and then for you to investigate based on what like kind of occurs to you.
Yeah. Maybe a different approach this time, Uncle.
He's got one speed, and that's Sensei.
Yeah, so okay, sorry. I disassociated.
Yeah.
So you guys expected him to be a great blade singer, and he wasn't. And grandfather then what, just kind of like put him to the side? And then you were okay with that? Am I understanding?
No one put him to the side. I think he felt put to the side. And to be fair, your grandfather, he had he was
Well, if you saw somebody be put to the side, wouldn't you stand up for them?
he wasn't put to the side. Our tradition.
Well, I mean, but he felt that way.
Yes, and I trust me. Your father and I, we're brothers, and we love each other very much. And we commiserated. I knew much of what was going through his head, but I couldn't convince him that it didn't matter whether or not father was disappointed in him. He still had it in his head that he had failed in some way. And your grandfather he did have high expectations, and it was unfortunately your father reacted very
Really, you were gonna say, right?
Yeah, he kind of realizes that that's not great. He says it wasn't your father's fault, but as the eldest son, there was a lot of pressure on him. And when father passed, I think there were some things left unsaid, and it was painful for him to remain at Ravensbluff.
Then why he could leave? Why didn't he just take me with him?
He kind of looks at you, and then he kind of looks at Niv, and then he kind of looks at you, and he says, "Perhaps we can talk about this over dinner." And he kind of gestures to the kind of little, like, alcove that you guys had eaten in the night before together.
I'm just gonna go. I think someone's calling my name.
Sorry, Niv.
Yeah, you hear Norma go.
It's fine. I'm just gonna go over here.
Norma's like Niv.
Yeah. She like pushes a button and then clank, clank, clank.
Clank, clank, clank.
Oh, did you hear that? Bye. And she's just gonna like leave them to this moment.
Yeah,
Or
Niv.
take what she thinks is Uncle's hint.
Yeah, Niv and Norma. You definitely, and then you look over and you see Kala is like standing there staring at a coin, drooling out her mouth. Umbra's like thinking really hard. Like, yeah. Your friends are going through it. But
Niv's like, what did I get myself into?
Zovius kind of looks to Yori and says, I'm sorry that it meeting someone else with your father's talents was unexpected.
So, you mean my mother?
Well,
Or, oh, no. Oh, you're talking about Niv. I thought you meant father met. Never mind.
no, I meant yes. Yeah, your friend's abilities are very much like your father's.
Well-
With the, and he kind of points at Norma.
Well, yeah, I met Explodamius in Candlekeep, and he said that father and mother were artificers, so
I'm sorry. Artificers are I don't meet
not
them.
blade singers, I know. I have a
Well, no, there aren't many of them in Ravensbluff, and I guess it's been a while since I've been out on the town, so to speak, and so I haven't had much opportunity to meet them and speak to them outside of your father. So, it brought back some memories, I suppose. But as to, and then he kind of gestures it, like for him to walk with you, as he's like, you know, everyone's kind of starting to get ready for dinner, getting ready to like, you know, the evening kind of activities before everyone settles in for the night. And he kind of gestures to you to follow.
yeah, you will, of course, yeah.
And he just says, as to why your father didn't take you with him, he told me that because you did show affinity for the arcane, but it wasn't obvious whether or not you were going to have his same issues with blade singing. He at least wanted you to have a chance to learn it. And so he left you in our care, my care, to see what you were capable of, and when you proved to be very adept with it, I think it was my understanding that he felt that you were better off practicing the family arts.
I can still do all of that and have a relationship with him. I know it's probably stuff you can't answer, obviously. It feels like there's more to it than that.
Yeah, he kind of
I mean, you have to see that too, right?
yeah, he looks askance a little bit, like he kind of doesn't like and he presses his lips together, and he just says, I love your father as my brother, but I will say that I have been disappointed in the way that he has not been present in a way that I expected he might be. And that is something that is between me and him, that I did not want you to feel like you were... If you were to ever meet him, I didn't want any feelings you had for him to be tainted by my frustrations with him. But you're old enough now that I can share that with you, I think, without it potentially... I mean, you certainly, you've come to your own conclusions about your father, so...
With what little I know. Or he kind of thinks about the book that he has for a second and he hasn't had a chance to like look at it himself. He's trying to decide if it's something he wants to like share with Uncle or maybe not yet. I don't know. It's a lot.
I know, and I apologize again.
No, I know you're trying to do your best, and
And
I know it comes.
I want to be forthcoming with you, but I know what your father has told me, and I can guess based on my own relationship with our father how he felt and how he feels, and then in truth I knew your mother briefly, but I don't know your father's heart, nor her, and certainly not hers, and so.
Yeah, well, welcome to the club, Uncle. I don't either, so.
Well, that I don't think we know anyone's heart beside our own. At the end of the day. But you must know that I never meant to hide any of this to hurt you.
I know.
And in truth, I'm not. It's not to.
I know you're just making guesses, and obviously, like, you care about him and you care about me, and although I didn't get to know Grandfather very long, I know how he could be.
Yeah, the Lutris family, we have high expectations of each other, I think. And I think
True.
most of the time we meet each other's expectations many of the times, and that's our house has been very successful, but I feel your father, he often felt and perhaps is seen as a bit of a black sheep.
Yeah, and I get that. I guess, like, the more we talk about it, I don't think you're gonna like this, but I I feel like the only way I'm really gonna get answers is if I find him. So I'm gonna, or at least try.
And he kind of has this like resigned slope to his shoulders, and he says, "Well, you did pass my test with flying colors.
Yes. Yep.
I
Yep.
am,
Look at all the spell slots that I still have, and also like not a single hit on me
and
at
I
all.
see that your companions were not so similarly lucky." And he kind of like you see him like kind of look over his shoulder at Umbra, who looks kind of messed up.
Well, that in particular is that's a whole nother story. But
Right. Well, in truth, it is important for you to protect your allies, but I'm selfish in saying that it is your well-being that I care most about. And I want everyone to come out of this in one piece, but if anything were to happen to you, I don't know.
nothing's. I'll be fine, Uncle.
Well, you are an adult, and I cannot stop you from doing what you want to do, and you have proven yourself to be capable and powerful enough to at least make it day to day in what are very trying circumstances. So I give you my blessing to pursue what it is that you want to pursue on this plane until we are able to find our way out of it. And I just ask that perhaps you stay in touch.
Of course I will. I mean, Ori will just he'll kind of surge forward and like grab Uncle into a hug. Where typically, like, I feel like usually Zovius is the one that's like kind of more like the
He goes in for the hug first.
yeah.
Yeah.
This time it's Ori.
Yeah, it kind of
like, holding
catches
onto him.
it catches him off guard for a sec, so he stiffens a bit, but then he leans in and gives you a big hug. And as he kind of leans down and he's got you embraced around the shoulders, and he's like, and in truth, I hope you find him, and I hope you give him a piece of your mind.
just trying to get there, honestly. And Uncle, I really love you.
I love you too. Very much.
And I'm not upset with you. I understand where you're coming from. Well, you know how thankful I am. I feel like I'm saying goodbye, and I'm absolutely not. Yeah.
No,
This is big. This is big.
And he kind of pulls back and he puts his hands on both your shoulders. He's like, I think in some ways, I think I've said goodbye to my little Ori. But I'm very happy to have Orivaris here.
Oh, or just cries. I
Let's-
cry too.
Let's get some food. You seem well. You're in good shape. I'm assuming you're hungry.
Yeah.
And he'll kind of guide what I assume is a somewhat shaking on his feet Ori towards the ration line.
Now it's time for them to just both pretend like nothing happened. But
Yeah, exactly. Now we go back to status quo because that's how we do it. Because we're men. No, just kidding.
because we're Lutresses.
We're Lutresses, and that's how we do it here. No, so we got that done. Scene.
That wasn't at all what I was gonna ask.
Oh yeah, as you're having dinner, is there anything else you want to talk about, or you want to scene it there?
Well, no. I mean, different
outcome.
answered question. Yeah, different route, but perfect.
Okay.
You saved my coin from being subjected to the holy water.
Yeah,
My
true.
coin, thanks to you.
The coin inside that you don't know who it is yet. Okay, so while that's happening, Niv and Norma, I assume you stood to the side awkwardly watching your friends appear to be catatonic while speaking to their soul coins.
Yeah, I think she just sort of went and sat down with her, just like, fuck this all. A bit. Just like, look, wow, I'm back in Eltra.
Yeah, as you sit down, Feria kind of comes back, and she kind of notices you kind of sitting out, and she says, I'm sorry, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Feria Jinx. And she has what looks to be an extra piece of what looks to be bread stuffed with some type of stew meat, and she hands it out to you.
Ooh, a bread bowl.
A bread bowl?
Panera.
Yeah, there's a Panera down here.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just like takes it. Like, yeah, thank you.
You said your name is Niv?
Yes.
And it's my understanding that you've been in these catacombs this whole time.
Yes. It's not really that weird, is it? I had rations.
No, I simply wanted to apologize that we should have been more thorough in our search to make sure that we had found every civilian.
It's fine. I don't really see many more of my people here, so I guess a couple of us slipped through the cracks.
Indeed. Well, I just, again, wanted to reiterate that you are welcome, and I'm sorry if our procedures for ensuring that no one is here disguised as a devil disguise, I don't want that to come off as, it's true.
It's fine. It's important to do.
You see she's wringing her hands a little bit, and now that she doesn't have the bread bowl, and you get the sense, like, she's a very well-meaning, like, liberal auntie, right, who's, like, doing her best.
Yeah.
But she does
She's
seem...
like, I really need her to not think I'm being prejudiced.
I'm like, I'm really not racist, I promise. But she just kind of nods and says, well, please make yourself comfortable, and I assume that we will speak in the morning about you'll be joining this, and she kind of also looks at your two dissociating friends and the other one who's crying with his uncle at the moment. Oh, you'll be joining this party, I suppose? Adventuring guild?
I hope so.
Great. Well, best of luck. And yes, please enjoy your meal and make yourself comfortable. And again, my apologies for our group not finding you sooner. We should have.
It's fine. I wasn't looking to be found.
Right. Well, and she's gonna kind of nod and leave you to your meal.
Bread bowl.
You get a bread bowl. And she like a little diesel snack for Norma.
I'm saying she's dribbling mayonnaise. She just like rubs. She just dips
come
the
over.
bread bowl in the mayonnaise.
And at about that time, I'm gonna say, Kala and Umbra, your dissociation is over. So if you'd like to, as you come back, you find Niv and Norma eating a bread bowl against the wall. Ori and Uncle are now in the food line. What would you like to do?
Kala wobbles over to, well, he sees Niv and Norma against a wall, and Kala would really like to lean against a wall
Okay.
for stability.
Yeah, do it.
He wobbles over to Niv. I'm just like, ooh, I just had the weirdest experience.
Do you want some bread with mayonnaise on it?
At the sight of bread
And mayonnaise.
and mayonnaise,
And also stew. It's a bread bowl.
oh my god, Kala.
I realize it doesn't actually need mayonnaise, but I like to let Norma feel helpful.
Oh, that's so sweet. Sure,
Anyway.
yeah.
What happened? Are you all right?
Oh god.
I did sort of try to warn you not to mess with those, but I don't know if it came across.
Oh man, no, you totally did warn us, and worth it, I think.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah. Got to know who was in the soul coin.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. But anyway, I think I need like a day to process that entire experience.
Right. Sort of screaming souls of the damned and all that.
Yeah, great stuff. Kala is going to default to his like, let's shift the attention away from the things I need to process by asking Niv, like, so how are you doing? Like, how are you holding up?
Well, I've got a bread bowl with mayonnaise on it. So who can complain from that sort of starting point? And I didn't get screamed at by a soul of the damned in a coin, so better than you, Your Highness.
Kala's feathers all puff up, and he's just like, all right, so like about that, I don't know how you did it, but you made me spill like a bunch of tea. So what's up with you, Missy?
I don't know what you're talking about. I simply asked, are you a prince? And then you started babbling on like an incredibly embarrassed prince in disguise.
Oh my god. Kala slides down the wall and is like on his back again. And it's just like, listen. My island doesn't have the same exact class structure as like the rest of Faerun. So, we don't have princes or princesses or anything. So, like the question was anyway, wait a minute. I'm the one asking questions here. Sits back up and it's just like, all right, okay, so the only things that I know about you, since we're getting to know each other as friends, is that you were in a hole for 2 months living off of rations and meanies, and you created this amazing little spectacle named Norma. So what else is there?
Well,
You
hold
can make
on.
weapons?
I can make weapons.
Mhm.
I was also living off beer honey, and wine. She can make all of those too.
Whoa,
And
can
water.
she make mead?
I guess if she could make honey, then one could make mead. What else goes in mead besides honey?
Oh, really? I really don't know how that works. In my island, we just spike coconut water.
With what?
I don't really know. I really just ask for it. But anyway, wow, I am never beating the prince allegations.
I'm sorry. It's fine, this is below your pay grade.
Oh my god.
With the you do it with the Joplin's drugs. Just steep them. Steep coconut water in the
Oh
Joplin
my
drug.
god, yeah, you have drugs on your island.
Oh my god, that's true. Okay. Again, okay. Since Ori is here.
I was gonna say, are you okay with like Ori wandering back and
Please,
like, joining
yeah.
in?
Yeah,
Okay.
Everyone's welcome. I
He's got
just
his own
didn't want
little
her
Red
to like
Bull.
interrupt anybody's dissociation moment, so I just had her go over here. I wasn't trying to like hide.
No.
Right. I think I gave the drugs to Umbra to hold.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
Ori's
think
contribution.
drugs.
You've got drugs, right?
Wait,
Oh,
really?
Can I have some right now? Because
Oh my god.
I don't mean I mean this with like in the nicest way. You look like you've been crying.
yes, guilty.
Oh my god, what happened? Why are you crying?
Is it because never mind. I'll let you tell it.
Yeah, no, just little things like the fact that like maybe like, listen, I'm gonna be really dramatic about it right now. It's not necessarily true, but like, maybe my grandfather made my dad feel like he wasn't good enough, and that's why he left. And yeah, it's okay.
I mean,
What?
that's just sort of like how powerful rich people are, right? You have to be a certain way and do things a certain way, and that's the cost of being, rich and powerful.
Kala wants to die. Anyway.
Yeah, I guess I just kind of always thought my family was different, but
I mean, I don't know. Maybe they are.
yeah. Uncle's not like that, at least, so.
No, he
Yeah.
was very interested in the war machines, which was nice.
But yeah, the war machines. How did you get into like knowing about all that?
Well, I guess I've sort of been to Avernus before.
What? Kala,
I mean, not this
Kala
part.
like sits back up. And is like, what do you mean?
Yeah. Sort of.
I've seen them before. I've been here before.
Like on business or?
Yes.
Oh.
So you
expect
just travel? Wait, how do you even get down here? We had to
I,
Oh yeah, the hoops we went through to even get here.
all right, listen. The most important part of this is that you need me. Because you're not going to meet anyone else who's been to Avernus before, and you're not going to meet anyone else who knows as much about infernal contracts as I do.
Good lord. I mean, I wanted to keep you around because you were fun and cool, but like, I mean, I guess. You don't have to sell it to me, but sure.
Do you have your own infernal contract, or?
Well, I don't anymore because I broke it.
What?
And that is why I'm going to be able to break Krieg's contract and free the city.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Girl, you
Back
have to
up though.
spill-
Yeah.
Don't just spill a teacup. You gotta spill the entire pot.
It's not actually a very interesting story, unfortunately.
What? Oh my god, bet. Start from the beginning.
I mean, I wish I could tell you that it was something, very dramatic and I was desperate, but the fact was I was just bored and I thought I deserved better from my life, and then a devil told me that I could have it, and so I took it. And
That's
then,
exactly what happened to Russell.
Mm,
who's Russell?
Russell.
Oh,
My new BBF Russell.
yeah, he's my new BB. Yeah, he's my soul coin bestie.
I
We're
really
besties.
thought you were going to say soulmate.
No,
Oh, not yet.
not yet.
When I get him out of this coin, the wedding is back on.
Right, but
Okay.
the important difference between me and Russell is that Russell is in a coin and I am free, or I was, till fucking Krieg sold my soul without me knowing about it again.
Because you broke your contract.
Yes, I didn't break it. I found a loophole and I got out.
Well, what is the loophole?
She says something very complicated and detailed that we decided.
Oh.
Understood. Yes.
It's just like legalese and it's just like in Infernal. Yeah, I feel like she
speaks
like
to them in
starts going on
Infernal.
about
They're
like
both like nodding.
it's like a grammar technicality of Infernal. So first she starts trying to explain like how Infernal verb forms work.
Oh, well, this makes sense why you wanted to keep hold of the book, because like it's gonna have to be something really, really like specific, huh? Like not just something that we memorized.
Right, exactly.
Wow, well, good thing we still have the book, he whispers, so that no one has
Yes, and
to.
let's stop talking
Yes,
about the skin
I-
book.
I have so many books, so many spell books. Like, or it's like overcompensating now.
Wait, you mentioned you had a book of your parents, didn't you? To your uncle. You two are a lot alike.
Thank you. Whether that was a compliment or not, Ori took it that way.
I think it was sort of just a neutral observation. Like, wow, he really stuttered
Yep.
sometimes.
It's like, yep, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Yeah, I do actually. Well, now is as good a time, I guess.
Oh my god, yes, pull out the book. Pull out the book.
Yeah, he'll pull it out and.
Except for Knight's not back, so we shouldn't do anything that involves rolling.
Oh, yeah, that's true. We don't know what's in the book.
Vamp, we'll vamp.
I can't
Oh.
find the book. It's in here somewhere. Oh, that's just more crab. I thought I got rid of all that.
Crab? I thought Umber told you to dump it all.
I did. I mean, I guess I missed this piece.
Just like
Uh,
a handful of crab.
He like
Kala
looks at
points to-
Norma like, "Do you want it?"
Kala looks at Umbra and like kind of gives like a look, being like, "Ooh, he didn't dump out all the crab."
I know too.
I don't even think it was me that told him to dump the crab. I think I was like, we could have still eaten that. Why did you dump the crab?
Oh,
Well, either
you
way,
pointed out that it was gonna be spoiled.
Nah,
Huh,
you can
well,
still eat
anyway.
that.
it's a big bag.
Can I ask you a question while we're, touching crab?
Yeah.
I mean, I know you both, well, all of you have your own sort of reasons for needing to be in Avernus, which is, condolence for that. But, I mean, why do you care about helping El Terrell?
Well,
Unless that silence means you don't.
Making assumptions here.
well, I mean.
Oh no, I missed something important. Hi.
No, you're okay.
Oh, hi.
We've just been talking about crab.
Okay.
Well,
I'm gonna have to.
And then Niv dropped like the whole like, oh yeah, I had a contract and then I found a loophole and then I got out of it, and everyone's like, whoa, spill the tea, what the fuck?
Okay, is that where you're at? You haven't actually spilled the tea.
Right.
No.
she hasn't said that much, but then she has redirected by asking why any of them care about El Terrell.
Okay. Sorry,
And no one answered. So
No one answered.
Well,
we're doing great.
We're doing great. We're doing great. Kala says, well, I mean, like, aside from basic empathy,
Yeah, just
It
it's the right
just
thing to do. Yeah.
yeah, aside from that very, very, like, obvious, like, "Oh, like, we should save these people that are, like, clearly, like, aren't deserving of falling into the pits of hell and fighting in this war that has nothing to do with our plane." Um, my uh, my sister left the island, I don't know why, and we were traveling with I think we mentioned her a few times already, Gallienne, and, she's also Elturan, and I she kinda the her passion and her drive to save the people of the city kinda reminded me of, like, how I remember my sister. Um, so it got me thinking, like, maybe something is gonna happen to our island. But, I don't know, like, maybe drawing parallels that, like, aren't there. But Gallia's not really here, so I wish I could ask her to, like, explain it to you. But, yeah, she saw a vision that, like, this was gonna happen, and then no one believed her, and then it happened while, she was with us, and now I just can't help but think, like, is is my sister, like did she also detect something similar like this was gonna happen to the island, and that's why she left?
Ooh, that could
I
be. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, and that's why I was kind of, like, really, really sympathetic to what Galleon was going through. Like, when we reached Elturel, she was all sorts of, like, really intense and emotional and, like, trying to save every single person that we passed by, and, like, logistically, it's just, really hard to do that. And we had to talk her down from, like, activating these bridge runes, to get here in this consecrated area. And she's out there now with some of the flaming fists to do that. So, I mean, I hope that was a long story short version, but that's kind of why we give a fuck about the Elturel, the
Yeah,
fate of Elturel.
I mean, obviously we have our own things, but kind of owe it to her in a sense too, right? She's doing her best, so we should too. And to Kala's point, like it almost happened to Baldur's Gate. I would hate for it to happen to Ravensbluff or to the Mother of Mist Islands and or anybody, So I guess it's kind of maybe that sort of thing that like if the shoe were on the other foot, you would almost just hope that anybody who had the ability to would do their best to help you. I know we're only 4 people, right? And Norma, but
And Lulu also speaks up. And Lulu!
and
And
Lulu and Lulu
And Donkey
Hi, Lulu.
and Shrek.
But anyway, I will share that my favorite thing when I want to redirect things that I don't want to talk about is asking people like questions on why do you care about saving Elturel? So like spill the beans, what's going on, what's in your head, what's in your mind? And he sidles up next to Niv, being like,
obviously, yeah, you're from here, but it kind of seemed like you don't like it here, so
I do not like it here. I left here and then I was fleeing from a devil, and I thought, well, where's the last place she'd look for me? The place she knows I hate. So I'm back, and now it is literal hell instead of just metaphorical hell.
wait, are you still on the run?
I mean, I don't know. It's not. They don't. It doesn't make them happy when you double cross them, or find a way to trick them, or are smarter and better than them.
That is true.
But it's probably
so
fine.
all right. So if this devil or whoever you're running from comes to kick your ass, then we'll kick their ass.
You can try.
Oh God, who
Who
are
is
you?
she? Yes, like
I think it's better. I just feel like she's the sort of paranoid freak who would have some sort of spell on her name, and if I say it, then she'd know that I said it.
ah.
Oh.
Niv, how are you at charades? Because I'm pretty good. So, like, if you want to,
Mm.
like, act it out, or sounds like.
Do you speak Infernal?
No. What about primordial? You got that?
No, I didn't go to wizard school.
That's actually the air genasi in me, but yes.
Oh,
Uh,
raised bilingual and primordial in common.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
It's like when Dory speaks like the whale.
Lulu,
I just,
Lulu does. She looks over and she's like, "I can speak Infernal."
I will. It's just, I think the less you know, the better, because then if anyone asks you, you won't be lying if you say you don't know anything.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah,
I understand that.
I'm not very good at lying. Lulu says. I'm actually kind of categorically bi. I think most Holophants are.
That makes sense. Are you even allowed? Can you lie?
Let me try.
Right.
I
How are you doing, Lulu?
hate
Wait, no, I
marshmallows.
have to try to lie.
Oh no, I can't. I love marshmallows so much,
Oh
actually.
my
Oh, she tried.
god. Ori will hold out some of the icky crab and be like, Kala, make this taste like marshmallow.
No, don't poison her.
Oh yeah,
Poison
that's
Lulu.
true. That's true.
She
Yeah,
she
no
she just
worries.
like looks at it and is like, no, I'm not that dumb. I'm good. But thank you for the thought. It's very kind of you, Ori. How I'm
It's more
doing?
about the taste. Yeah.
I'm okay. I feel kind of embarrassed that I like maybe kind of poisoned this place with my dumb decision, but it all worked out, so I guess it's okay.
Well, we fixed part of it, so
Yeah, I think and she kind of looks around. She says, I think we'll be okay for a little bit. But I remember from back when that there was another place. This isn't the only place where the folks of Elturil are buried. There's a cemetery. And I'm worried that if it was like this here, it might be like that there too. We might want to check that out.
Oh, where's the cemetery?
It's just, well, and she kind of like thinks about it. Like, well, it used to be like next to the church, but now it's probably under the church a little bit and to the north.
Oh,
So it's still inside here?
It's not down by the river.
So we should probably check it out before we move out, I suppose.
yeah. Sounds like that's what we need to do.
I think just, if we want to make sure that this is truly a safe base of operations to go from here, which I don't know a lot about military stuff, but I was friends with Zariel, who knows a lot about military stuff, and that was always something she was really clear about, is establishing a safe base of operations that you can return
Yeah.
to if things go badly.
Speaking of which, obviously we checked in with Uncle and Feria, but do we need to let Duke Ravengard know that we did the thing?
A flaming
What was
fist.
the quest? What was the quest he asked us to do? Because I do not.
He wanted us to clear it out so that just it was one less thing for them to have to worry about, and they could, focus on keeping the folks here safe.
Well, you
guess we
do realize that
Clear.
the fist presence is reduced, so you realize that when the miasma was dispersed, he may have just taken that as
Assumed.
a sign
Yeah.
that it was safe to send some
Mhm.
folks.
Yeah, Ori wistfully
Good.
looks over into the corner and is disappointed to not see a red-haired wizard, but
No, and Ugat's gone too. And Amos.
Where?
Yeah.
Where?
You'll see them again probably.
I feel like that's in character, Kala looking like, where?
Wah.
Where'd Ugat go?
Where's Kuya?
But sorry, I am gassy. I need to wrap this up because I am
Yeah.
not feeling great.
Taco's got to go pretty soon too.
Yes.
so-
Yeah.
But I do want to. Lulu looks to Umbra and says, "I think we need to talk, maybe."
Yeah, we need to talk.
Well, everyone, enjoy your dinner, and we'll reconvene in a minute, okay?
Okay.
All
Let us know how your
right.
talk goes.
And if you say anything important that we all ought to know.
Yes, considering that we're all depending on each other to stay alive.
I'm sure it'll be fine. I mean, unless you're good talking here, or should we talk in private? She looks to Umbra. She's like,
No,
I don't care. I'm an open book.
I would like to talk in private.
Okay. All right, we'll be back.
Okay, bye.
What kind
At-
of soup
at
did you
first,
get?
please.
Lord.
Wait, where does she go?
She's right here.
Hold on.
You guys must have tiny monitors.
Yeah.
It's really zoomed in.
I'm just very zoomed in to see the faces.
I see. I should do that for the recording's sake.
Well, Umbra is a bit weirded out. But so since Lulu brought it up, did you see the same thing I saw back there?
The memory?
Yes. I
Yeah.
assume it was yours.
Yeah, it was definitely mine. I
You were really big.
I was big. I used to be really
You were really
big.
big.
Like really tall.
Can you do that? Sorry, that's not the point.
Well, if I can, I don't know how. Maybe someone cast enlarge on me.
I don't know if it gets that big.
It was well, I definitely remembered how I mean that explains how I got back to the surface kind of. Well, I made a big oopsie and then kind of got punished into it. But it did also, I remembered how to do something.
What?
Well, I guess I can do it now because if we're gonna sleep soon, right? Here, and she's going to well, she's gonna lean over and she's going to well, she kind of looks and she sees a couple of the rats that Kala had charmed yesterday. And she kind of looks and then she looks like she is embarrassed and then she's like, I was thinking about doing it, but I feel like it'd be kind of cruel, but I can banish that if I want to.
You can banish something to where they came from.
Yep. I think I learned the spell. I remembered that I know it.
Well, that does seem very useful.
I think I can just do it once a day though, but I mean, it might be helpful. Anyway.
Definitely.
I'm sorry you got pulled into my memories. I'm sure that wasn't super good.
It's just it felt I don't know. It was a niggling feeling, but I can't place it. I was wondering if it was in any way familiar, or if if I was just feeling what you felt. You know, if I was just transported. It was odd.
In truth, it's hard for me to know, but I mean, where we were in the memory, we were definitely somewhere near the banks of the River Styx. So, I mean, I wouldn't mind maybe going back to where the memory had us, so maybe we can see if it prompts anything else, and then if it's still familiar to you there, maybe you'll, and if it's not, right, that's also good, because that means it's not familiar. But if you go there and you have a sense like, you've been here before, then that might be something to, put you in the right direction.
Yes, definitely. Right? Do you remember where you hid the sword?
No. Because I think it's going... we definitely got to go back to where that memory was. And
hopefully that will remind you of something.
Right.
Else.
Maybe I'll get, and then maybe I have to get hit in the head really hard. Maybe that's what did it. And then, so we'll go there. You can hit me in the head really hard, and then I'll remember, and we'll see how far back I remember.
I don't know if that is necessary, but...
Well, I think, well, we'll have to add.
Listen, that memory was really sad. And I'm sure I was, feeling what you were feeling at the time.
Yeah. I mean, of course it's sad. That was a sad time.
Do you remember anything else? Was there anything, I mean, aside from being very huge and being able to stomp an abyssal guy, there must have been something else.
She kind of seems sad about that she had to do that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I was wondering why you decide to, seal him like that instead of, I don't know, maybe giving him a merciful death. If it was too late, it seemed like he just suffered longer.
It's hard for me to give up on people. And the thing with demons is you can kill them, but they just go back to the abyss, Like devils go back to the hells. And so if I killed him, he just would have been back there and he would have come back. And so I couldn't really kill him, not without, making him a problem later. So trapping him was the only way I could make sure that he didn't hurt anyone else. And I thought maybe if while he was trapped, maybe I'd find the sword and maybe it would help him too. And maybe, I don't know.
Do you think it is really irreversible? Do you think there's anything we could do? Well, next time something like this happens.
To Zariel?
Hmm.
I really want to save her. She was like my best friend, But she seems she's done so many evil things, like no one, and she's kind of like looking, like she's like kind of looking between you and Kala and Ori, and she's like, those soul coins are awful. And I know she's involved with them somehow. I can feel her presence on them, and maybe,
yeah.
I think everyone deserves a second chance, but at what point is that not the case anymore?
I guess we cannot know until we actually meet her and figure it out. But we have to be ready for any outcome, right?
I guess. Well, we have to find the sword, and I don't know where that is yet. But so we got to get down to the sticks, and then from there,
right,
we can figure it out. So at least we have next steps. But yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling less and less sure of myself with each passing moment down here. It's really terrible.
Aww. Can I give you a hug?
Yeah, and she's gonna fly into your chest.
Okay. And we'll give her a big hug, and then just like, what do you call it? Just a screechies?
Yeah.
On her head.
And she says, "Are you doing okay?" I blasted you, and I didn't really mean to with all that.
Hey, at this point, I'll take any memory, even if it's not mine.
That's so
Jokes
sad.
aside. Yeah, okay. I was trying to joke, but dark humor.
Yeah, I guess. Well,
I mean,
we'll I want to help you. I'll remember stuff, and you'll remember stuff. Okay?
all right. I'll tell you if I remember stuff.
Okay.
Maybe you can take a look too.
And
just like I peeked in your memory.
when I remember stuff, I'll try not to, blast you with it.
No, I mean, keep blasting. It's fine. As long as it doesn't, hurt too bad.
Okay,
I
well,
think it's always better to know.
Okay, well, and I promise I won't banish anyone that doesn't deserve it.
I trust you to know that.
Okay.
All right. Let's just walk back with the hug.
Yeah.
with the soft hug.
Umber rejoins the group with Lulu tucked against his chest. She has found a new chest to find a home in for now.
Wow, Lulu, I see how it is.
Just like a cat,
She has a preference for flat chests.
That just means I'm too muscular. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
And
too hard. Rock hard.
You as Umber rejoins the group and you all prepare to have a nice meal and a long rest, before you kind of discuss what your next steps are. It seems that you have a cemetery to clear before you're able to proceed down to the River Styx and beyond. And that's when we'll end today's session.
More undead.
Yay!
Yay. We got some Niv lore.
We got lots of lore.
God. Are you doing okay, Goodnight? Like health-wise?
Yes, so
Yeah.
I just suddenly had to go to the bathroom really bad.
Mood.
And so I was like, hold on, I'll be right back.
I like that you were like, don't fight with no apostrophe, just like.
Oh no, because I was
Don't fight.
typing really fast. I was like, hold on, I'm gonna, because like I went to the bathroom once, got up, and was like, okay, I'm good, and I sat down, and I kind of
You're
heard
like,
what you guys were
nope.
saying, but I was like, no, I'm not done yet, and so I was like, don't fight, and then I went back to the bathroom.
You weren't
You
fighting.
should know that we're very good at keeping ourselves occupied with RP. Though we did go to pull out Ori's book, and they were like, "Oh, that might
Wait,
not
we
work right
can't.
now."
Yeah, that might be bad right now.
I know.
All right, let's put a wrap on Adventures in Bolognese. Everyone say like and subscribe.
Oh yeah, like and
Like and
subscribe.
subscribe.
Like and
Like and
subscribe.
Goodbye,
Bye.
myself.
Yeah, goodbye, Jen, in the future.